Yeah, bye. Yeah. Okay, let's start, guys. Online live, am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll start, guys. The agenda today is to complete consideration chapter and start off with next chapter. Online, yes. Okay, so let's start off, guys. We'll start the class. Okay. Hello, audible mic. Why is it coming like this? Hello. Online live, am I audible to you all? I think somebody is not putting it on mute. Okay. So we'll start, guys. The agenda today is to 1 second. 1 second. Complete consideration chapter and start off with YouTube is playing in the background. Yeah. Let's start. Okay. So we'll start. Before that, there's one good news, one bad news. Which one you want to listen first? Bad news today, our class is from almost 2:25 now, 2:25 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Now, do you want to know the good news? Good news is from 2:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Good news is that bad news is a joke. Okay. The class will get over at 6 p.m. today. Okay. Fine. Just clarifying this, our class will get over at 6 p.m. today. We are starting now almost at 2:30. Clear? Four and a half hours. Sorry, yeah, 4.5 hours is what we have only for today. So let me proceed, guys. Now, your material also is already printed. I think in the next half an hour, sir will come and distribute over here the same one, but we don't need it now. Yesterday, consideration we saw what, guys? Legal rules. 8 points we finished. Now I'm going to go to the consideration. Next concept in consideration we saw a contract without consideration is null and void. Even if 1 rupee consideration is there, it's legally enforceable. 1 rupee also is there. But if it's 0 consideration, transaction is void. Why? Contract is binding, two people's obligation. One person's promising, other person is accepting the promise. Okay. Enter into contract. Fine. No, let's say for example, two brothers, brother 1, brother 2. Brother 1 is selling his bike to brother 2 for free. It's an agreement between them. From yesterday's class, we are continuing. We saw consideration, we started. Brother 1 is selling the bike to brother 2 for free. This contract is a void agreement, not a valid contract, because out of the essential elements, one of the essential element talks about consideration, lawful consideration. If consideration is not there, it's saying contract is not valid. Why? Why are they saying that? So what if brother 2 can sell and gain the profit? That's between brother 2 and outsiders. I am discussing between brother 1 and brother 2. Why are they saying contract should have consideration? Why? Let's say you go to Honda Activa showroom and buy a new Activa. Simple example case. Common sense na allame. You buying Activa. You paid how much? 70,000 rupees. New Activa with all touch, all that. Okay. After 1 week, brake is not working. You went and crashed somewhere, bike damaged. What you will do? You will go and fight with the company. What, you sold a bike without having brake, Activa to me, correct? Correct? So you paid money, their obligation is to perform it to you. Okay. Same thing, brother 1 gave bike to brother 2. Brother 2 bike is given for free, so brake is not working. Brother 2 goes and crashes. Can he go sue brother 1? Do you have the legal right to sue? What brother 1 will tell? Freeya kurtade periya visham. I gave it to you for free itself is a big thing. Now you want to sue me also for giving free. Are you understanding, guys? So when you enter into a contract with consideration, there is a promise, both of you are promising each other. So you have to keep up to that promise. But when something is given for free, there was no, I am giving it for free because of various reasons, not to earn profits, not for commercial reasons. So they are saying these contracts are not valid. Okay. Are you following the logic? So what I started doing, all my enemies I listed down. Okay. They, for their wedding, I gave them one bike without brake. Then after the wedding, my enemy and his wife went in bike. Before they reached home, they fell down. So I am celebrating. Now he is going to file a case on me. What I will tell? I gave you for free. Free gift. No consideration. No contract. Are you able to follow? Are you understanding? Then what I am doing? I am a sadist fellow. Okay. Example, guys. Not really. Okay. I am a sadist fellow, like one movie villain. I want to see people die. Hey, example, guys, don't judge me again. Okay. So what I'm doing, charity, I'm going to do charity and I'm giving free food for everybody. Then after everybody eats the food, they're falling sick. Who am I? Sadist. Then they're coming and suing me. How can you give spoiled food? I'll say what? No consideration, no contract. Therefore, you can't touch me. Correct? So people can start taking advantage of this. Can start taking advantage of this provision. Therefore, the law said, okay, let us make some exceptions, saying that even if consideration, see, normally, no consideration, no contract, correct? Then I just know I give you example, people start becoming sadist. So what they said, this rule has some exceptions. A few exceptions were in these cases, in this case of exceptions alone, contract is valid. Are you able to follow? Let me give you what those exceptions are. First, contract of agency. What do you mean by contract of agency? What is contract of agency, guys? You are booking movie tickets in Book My Show app, all of you used it, or Paytm app. PVR ticket is purchased in Book My Show app. PVR is the principal, Book My Show is the agent. Tomorrow, after you book the movie ticket, you are going to the theater, same seat, somebody else is sitting. Both of you have the same ticket. What you will do? He will tell, I got directly from PVR app, don't question me. You will go and ask whom? Book My Show. Hey, where is my money? At least give my money back. What he will tell? Hey, I am agent. You ask the principal. Can he say that? He will say, I am only an agent. For me, I am appointed without consideration. For example, PVR to appoint whom? Book My Show. To appoint him as agent, there is no liability. If you want to become an Ola driver, agent of Ola, or if you want to work with Swiggy, Swiggy company is the restaurant is the principal, Swiggy driver is the agent. To become an employee, you don't get paid. You get paid only when you start doing the work. So, to create the relationship of principal agent, there is no need to have consideration. Are you following, guys? So, if Book My Show does anything wrong, who is liable? Who is liable, guys? In this example, PVR. PVR only gave double ticket slots, correct? So basically they are saying, even if here we are not talking about liability, agency concept is an inter, guys. Let's focus on the relationship between principal and to appoint an agent, cost kudukka venam. For example, let's say, let me give you one more example. Okay, Let's say there's a farmer in South India. In Andhra Pradesh, there is a farmer. He wants to sell mangoes in North India. So he doesn't know Hindi. So he's appointing an agent from North India to sell his cultivated mangoes in Delhi. To appoint him, should I pay consideration? Only when he does the work. So to appoint the agent, I appointed him. He took the mangoes and ran away. I appointed Yashwant as the agent to sell mangoes in Delhi. What he did? Took the mangoes and ran. Now I filed a case on him. Yashwant is saying, hey, I am agent, no consideration between me and principal. You can't sue me. Can he say that? Appointing agent, even though there is no consideration, legally enforceable. Clear? Next. Next concept is we have assignment, correct? Yeah, okay, not assignment. Next. Next we have natural love and affection. If someone is doing something for you out of natural love and affection, it's not a valid contract. You're asking your mom, wake me up at 6 a.m. for tomorrow's class. Your mom forgot to wake you up. Can you go sue her? You can't sue her, correct? But same thing, if you make an agreement with your mother, wake me up at 6 a.m. for next 6 months, you are getting in writing. She's also signing. You're also signing in stamp paper, getting a court seal. It is registered in law. If she's not waking you up, can you sue her? Yes. That's all they're saying. Anything done out of natural love and affection is not a contract, because there is the consideration there is natural love and affection. But if you get that in writing and get it registered with the stamp duty, court seal and all, then it becomes what? Registered under law. It becomes, you can sue. Are you able to follow, guys? That's what the law says. Natural love and affection, normally not a contract, but if you get it in writing and registered in law, then it's a contract. Next. How many of you gave pen drive to your friend and never got it back? Quite a few, 3, 4. Now your friend is not giving you pen drive. Can you sue him? Why? No consideration. You are the bailer, he is the person giving the pen drive to the friend is bailer. Friend taking the pen drive is the bailee. Here, am I having any gain? Am I getting any profit, guys? Nothing. Only friend is getting. So there's only consideration from one side. So what friend will tell? Take the pen drive. You can't sue me. But actually we can sue him, because friends or people will take advantage of this. We have the next exception. Bailment. As per basic rules, it's not a valid contract because consideration is not there. But I can still sue. Simple example. Your friend wanted bike. You gave him Activa. Now he went and crashed. Are you giving him bike for free or consideration? Free. He's saying, no, I'll go eat lunch and come. You gave him cycle or bike. When he came back, only he came. Where is the bike? On the road. Damaged. Now, can you sue him? Yes, I can sue him because of this exception, that bailment, even though there is no consideration, it becomes a valid contract. Purida. Next. I told the gift example. With a friend wedding, I gave one bike so that when he's going home, he crashes and falls down. So if I give gift to somebody, and if because of the gift they have some damage, or some destruction happens to them, or they face some loss, can they sue me? Yes. You cannot tell consideration illa. So it's called, they use the word completed gift. Why? I am telling Yashwant, when you get married, I'll buy you a new car. Then after 5 years, Yashwant is calling, sir, I'm getting married, sir, this is the invite. I'll tell congratulations. Then he's saying, sir, where is the car? I'm saying simply in class, I told. Then he's filing a case on me. Can he do that? Promising to give a gift is not contract. After I give the gift, completed gift, if he's suffering any loss because of that, that is only a valid contract. That's why the word they use very clear, completed gift. Are you all following online live also?
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, bailment. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening. Please go ahead.
Sir, if we give car to a service showroom, it comes under bailment or?
If you give car for service.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so if you give car for service, I purchased the new car, guys. First year service, free. When I gave car for service, he's saying, sorry sir, service பண்ணும்போது one rock came and fell on the glass broke, new car, 2 months old. What you will tell? Replace the glass for free. He's saying 10,000 rupees, will you pay? I am the bailer, he's the bailee, so he has to service for free. Covered here. What if it's paid service? Still it's a bailment. You will see in inter, that's called non-gratuitous bailment. For example, valet parking. When you go for valet parking, you will give the car to the valet driver. I am the bailer, he is the bailee. At that time, if he goes and crashes, who's responsible? Bailee is responsible. There is no consideration. Valet is free. Leave the tip. Valet is free. But he is still, that I can still sue him because of the exception of bailment here. Are you understanding? What is bailment? Voluntarily transferring possession of the good to another party for some specific purpose. What is bailment? Voluntary transfer of goods by one person to another person for a specific purpose. Able to follow? Pavan Purida. Completed gift. I'll explain. Completed gift na, if I give you one gift, நீ அந்த gift use பண்ண, you're using that gift, you suffered loss. Can you sue me? If you sue me, I'll tell, we didn't enter into contract, how is it legally enforceable? There is no consideration. And I can tell that, that time you will tell what? Exception is what? Completed gift. That's all. But same thing, I am promising to give you gift. Hey, when is your birthday? September. On your birthday, I will buy you a new Rolex watch. You got happy. Then birthday, you are coming, sir, please, I want your blessings. I said, okay, happy birthday. You are asking, sir, where is the watch? That simply I told, can you sue me? No. Promising to give a gift, nobody can do anything. But once I give the gift, it's completed. Now if you suffer any loss, then I'm responsible. Following, guys. Next example. Charity, we just now saw. Saddest example. I gave food, people ate and fell sick. Can they sue me? Even though there is no consideration. See, basically, simple as contract without consideration is void, not valid. But only these cases, it is. People will take advantage of the law. Minor is not punishable. I will do murder when I am minor, sir. Nobody can touch me. Because we should not take advantage of the law, these things are given over here. Are you able to follow, guys? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next. Next one, guys. Let's say, for example, your name. Sorry? Rahul. Do you know swimming? Okay. Next. Praveen, swimming theriyuma? Who knows to swim well? Ahmad. Okay. Hey, example, guys. Don't tell sir is drowning students in class. Rahul and Ahmad went for simply swimming to Cosmopolitan Club just for a weekend. Then Rahul in the deep pool, he little bit slipped. He was shouting, help, help, help. Ahmad told, wait for an hour. He went inside the pool. Within few seconds, he helped Rahul. In that moment, how you will feel, Rahul, when Ahmad helped you? You will feel happy. You will thank him. You will hug him and tell, whatever you want, I will give you. Ahmad says, Adla Munumano, you are happy, it's fine, you are safe, no, it's fine, correct? Then Ahmad, after going home, he remembered, oh, I have an offer. Whatever Rahul wants, whatever I want, Rahul will give. So Ahmad is coming next day to Rahul. Now in the past, did Ahmad help Rahul for consideration? No. Because Rahul was in trouble, Ahmad voluntarily helped him in the past. Correct? Voluntary help. For which did Rahul offer any consideration for helping before? No. Then later in the happiness, Rahul told, what he told? Whatever you want, you ask. That time Muhammad told, 50% of your property you transfer to me. Ahmad asked, what Rahul will do? You have to do it. Because you made a promise. See, the consideration for the transfer of half property to Ahmad is already given to you by saving your life in the past. Past voluntary service. Here, he didn't ask for consideration to save you. He did it voluntarily. But you promised to give something. And he's exercising that promise now. Are you able to follow, guys? Are you understanding? So in case of past voluntary service, the person who got the service, the help, if he promised something, then he has to keep up to that promise. Even if you did not tell, whatever you want, you ask me, still Ahmad would have saved you. That's all. Are you able to follow? Clear, guys? Anything illegal is an illegal agreement. Illegal cannot become legal. As per criminal procedure code, kidnap, murder, all those things, lot of things are illegal. Anything illegal will always remain illegal. Okay, sure. And anything illegal, sir, I did murder, sir. One fellow, my friend asked me to murder somebody, I murdered. He is not giving money. Can you go to the court? That's it, it ends over there. You don't have a resolution. Able to follow, guys? Then which one more point we missed? One more point, guys. Yeah, last one. Promise to pay time bar debt. Okay. What is time bar debt? Let me explain, guys. Let's say Kirtana, correct? Your Kirtana. Your name? Pooja. So let's say we have Pooja and we have Kirtana. Kirtana is going home in auto. Okay. Today when she wanted to go home, she urgently wanted 200 rupees cash. Okay. So she asked Pooja, can you give me 200? Or let's say she asked Pooja. So Pooja said, no problem, take 200 rupees. Kirtana took it, went home. Next day when Kirtana came back to class, she just forgot about that 200. And even Pooja forgot about that 200. Class got over. Foundation, CA foundation over. Inter over. Final over. Both of them again after this class are meeting in convocation of CA, which happens in Anna University. Sorry, it happens in Anna Library. Anna Library. Over there, convocation, Pooja and Kirtana met. After what? 4-5 years. Okay. That time, suddenly Pooja remembered. Hey, you're only Kirtana. Do you remember 5 years back I gave you 200? Kirtana says, yeah, I remember. So Pooja is saying, I forgot to ask the money. Can you give the money to me now? What will Kirtana tell? Will you give? 5. Understood the example? Huh? What will you do? You will give the money. Okay, you will give the money of 200. Assume you are saying, no, I will not give the money. I don't remember borrowing 5 years back. How will I remember? I don't remember. Can Pooja file a case on you? No, because the borrowing here, debt, is barred by time. Logic. Follow the logic, guys. It's been almost 3-4 years since the money has been given by Pooja, and Kirtana has not paid it till now because Pooja never asked. So according to Kirtana in her books, the liability never existed. So suddenly you come and create a liability, how will she pay? She would have written off that liability in her books. What if other example, Pooja is sending weekly messages to Kirtana, pay my money, pay my money, pay my money. Like bank will keep sending, pay EMI, pay EMI, pay EMI. I have not paid. Vijay Mallya, 8 years he has not paid the loan. Can he say, time bar debt, I will not pay now? For 3 years, if no effort has been taken by the lender to recover the debt, becomes time barred. But if the lender has taken some efforts, then it's valid. Here, if Pooja is sending one reminder once a year, it will be valid. Are you following, guys? That's what time barred. One more point is there. We finished bailment, charity, completed gift, agency, promise to pay time bar debt. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more we missed. Oh, I explaining Eldila. Past voluntary service. How do I remember this for exams, sir? These side headings. Everybody understood the logic of these 7 points now? Everybody understood now? What are the points? Agency, bailment, completed gift, charity, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Time bar. Let me write that here itself. Okay, follow guys. Or you can write this here also. Okay. Fine. How to remember this in exam? All the points. Even though it's less important for this exam, there's a way to remember fast. When you all learnt ABCD, A, B, C, D for debt, or also you can keep B for time bar. Are you all able to follow, guys? Hello? Everybody learnt ABCD? When? You all learnt ABCD when you were kids, LKG, UKG. So A is for agency, B is for bailment or time bar debt, C is for completed gift or charity, D is again for debt. Now, sir, I know there are 2 more points. Who taught you ABCD? Teacher and parents. Teacher also taught, and who taught you in LKG, UKG, first standard? Parents daily sat with you and you don't remember. Of course, you won't remember, and I don't remember, but parents taught us. When they taught you? When you were a kid. That was in the past, present, or future. In the past, your parents taught you voluntarily or because you paid them money. And they taught you because of love and affection. That's it. You learnt ABCD in the past because my parents taught me ABCD in the past because of natural love and affection. All 7 points done. Are you able to follow, guys? So what are the points? A is for agency, B bailment or time bar debt, C is completed gift or charity. Again D is time bar debt. நீ எங்க வேணா போட்டுக்கலாம். B time bar debt or debt dealer போட்டுக்கலாம். And when you learnt ABCD, in the past was taught by my parents voluntarily because of natural love and affection. That's it. All the 7 points are done. Online able to follow, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. So we are done with ஒரு question consideration chapter. Okay. We are done with the concept no contract, no consideration. But importance of this for the upcoming exam, I will say don't study na சொல்ல மாட்டேன். Little less. If it comes, it will be the first time in history of CA exams. Same question tested in 3 continuous attempts. At least in foundation. Okay. A big question. That was 7 marks it came. Last 2 attempts. November 22 and May 2022. Fine. Let's proceed, guys. Now to the next concept, which personally I feel important for this attempt. Okay. Follow, guys. Next. Now, let's say, okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say you're living in an apartment. Quickly, guys, let's try to close this chapter by 3:30 with questions. You're living in an apartment which is built by DLF. Okay. Next to your house, huge apartment is coming. All these days from window you had a good view. Now, Casa Grande is building one huge apartment. What is Casa Grande famous for? Apartments and calling. All of you getting calls from Casa Grande. How many of you got? Nobody got off. Then soon you will get. Okay. ये number தான் கூப்பிட்டே இருக்காங்க daily. Do you want to buy house? Na? Okay, let's say that you are living here. They started construction over here. Lot of dust is coming into your apartment. What you will do? Sorry? Close the window. Then your full white paint is getting spoiled, dirty. What you will do? As the association, will you fight with them? At least keep one sheet or keep on cloth so that the dust stays that side. You kept on talking to them. They never fought, they never complained with you, they didn't care also. What you will do now? File a case. So your apartment filed a case against. Your apartment is constructed by whom? But now it's sold to you. Your different association. Okay. So you filed a case on Casa Grande for torturing and creating nuisance near the neighborhood. So court ordered them to keep this and pay compensation. Now will you be happy? Yes. Tomorrow DLF is coming and telling you guys, see, our competitors are Casa Grande. We don't want them to build the house there. We want to create trouble for them. Help us out. This case, I will support you. File a stronger case saying inga building la epdi katta mudiyadhu. You do other things, file a case against them. Now, in this case, you living in this apartment, do you have an interest? No. But who wants to interfere in that? Can they interfere? No. When there's a case between two people, only those two people can file. When there's a problem between those two people, two parties to a contract, only those two parties can file a case on each other. A third party cannot interfere. To put it in simple, in my neighborhood, one husband and wife are fighting on the road. What you should do? Order popcorn, sit in the balcony and see. What you should not do? Interfere. Hey, stop. What will happen that time? Both husband and wife will become one team. They will fight with you. Hey, who are you? Why are you interfering in this fight? Correct? So, if there is a contract between two parties and two parties are fighting, let them fight. What you should do? The law is saying you do not poke your nose in that. That's called privity of a contract. Privity of a contract means a contract is private to two parties. A third party cannot interfere in that contract. Are you able to follow, guys? So they are saying privity of contract is a doctrine. Doctrine of privity of contract, which says when there are two parties in a contract, only those two parties can deal with each other with all issues. Third party cannot interfere. Let's say you join class. Contract is between me and you. Your parents are paying the fees. Can I say, no, parents are third party, they should not pay the fees. You should only pay the fees. Can I say that? This concept of doctrine of privity of contract is not applicable to a consideration. Purida. Consideration can be paid by anybody. For example, let's say you join college. Your fees was 5 lakhs. You are not able to pay the fees. So daily college principal is harassing you in the class. Hey, pay fees, pay fees. Looking at that, your close friend told, don't worry. I will pay the fees on behalf of you 5 lakhs. Sir, my friend illa sir. I will pay 5 lakhs. Your friend is telling, I will pay. Future, once you earn, you repay the money to me. You told, yeah, I will do that. Thank you so much. Now can the college principal tell, pay panna, neither you should only pay. I don't want the friend to pay. Can he say that? So that's this contract, this concept of third party interfering is not applicable to consideration. So doctrine of privity of contract says in a contract between two parties, any issue only they both should deal, third party cannot interfere. But in a doctrine, when it's consideration, third party can interfere. Here we are going to see again exceptions for doctrine of privity of contract. Are you able to follow, guys? We have about 6-7 exceptions. Each example, yeah, it's a principle. Doctrine of privity of. Doctrine is a principle. Privity means privacy. If husband and wife are having a fight, private, let them fight. You don't interfere. You give them their space. Give them their privacy. If you interfere, what will happen? You will be in trouble. So doctrine, principle of privacy. Give people their privacy. Don't interfere. Don't poke your nose. Okay, that's all. But don't write that in exam. Exam, what you'll write? Doctrine of privity of contract. For this principle, we have some exceptions. That means they are telling you can poke your nose in the following cases. இந்த ரீசன்ஸ்ல you can interfere. You are allowing, they are giving you the power to interfere. Let me give you an example. Vijay Mallya has lot of money. Vijay Mallya has his son. His son is being very irresponsible, not spending money properly. So Vijay Mallya is scared. If I give my money to my son, what he'll do? Vijay Mallya might be somebody we all see as took money and ran away. Correct, no doubt in that. But before that, his status was equal to Ambani of today. When he took over the business of Kingfisher, it was valued only 40 crores. In whatever time he was there, he took it to 6,000 crores valuation. So his brand image was as big as Ambani of today. So until that Kingfisher Airlines scam happened, all that mismanagement happened, now he's in a bad position. But otherwise, until then, he was in a very good position. Let's not discuss about the scam. So let's talk about the scenario where Vijay Mallya had 6,000 crores and he is worried that in next 10-15 years, after he leaves the planet, his son will not take good care of what? Business. What he will do? He is worried. Son kurta 1 year la kali pandom. He will go to casino, put the money and spend. Example, guys, not judging anybody. Example, so you can connect. So what Vijay Mallya will do? So what he's saying, he's calling his trusted friend, his close trusted friend, he's calling Gopinath. Gopinath, come here. I want one help from you. All my money of 6,000 crores of Vijay Mallya will be given to Gopinath. Son will get nothing. But I am telling Gopinath, in this 6,000 crores represents real estate property, investment in shares, investment in fixed deposit. From that investment, profits will come, interest, rent. He's saying that rent you give it to my son. That interest you give it to my son. Are you following? This is a transaction created by whom? For whom? For the benefit of his. And he's trusting whom? Who created this? So Vijay Mallya is called author. Vijay Mallya is called author. You can take the book. We'll just hold on for a moment. Online live, I have already sent you the soft copy in the group. Same thing I'm giving as hard copy. Ram, isko water bottle fill kar
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what consideration does Gopinath get, sir?
Let me finish the example. I've just left it in half. Okay. So Vijay Mallya is the author whom he is trusting. So Gopinath is the trustee. This is created for whose benefit? Son is called the beneficiary. This is a contract of trust. Agreement of trust with 3 parties. Now, what income will Gopinath get? He'll get some commission or some small salary. Now, my question is not that. Now, my question is simple. Now, the question is simple. This contract is between whom and whom? Vijay Mallya and son. Contract, I am trusting whom? Gopinath. Contract is between Vijay Mallya and Gopinath. After Vijay Mallya left the planet, what Gopinath started doing, all the money he's enjoying by himself and not giving to the son. He's saying, son, hey, I will not give you the money. What son can do? Can he file a case on Gopinath? He's filing a case on Gopinath. Gopinath is saying, this is a contract between me and Vijay Mallya, between trustee and author. Third party cannot interfere. Doctrine of privity of contract. That's why we have an exception. What is there in the book? In case of a trust, beneficiary can sue the trustee if he does not keep up to his trust. That's what is there in the book. I have to show it to you. In case of trust, ஒரே ஒரு லைன்ல முடிச்சிருப்பான். ஒண்ணுமே புரியாது. I don't even know what's trust. In a beneficiary, our example, son can enforce his right under the trust, though he was not part of the contract between settler and trustee. Settler means author or settler. Are you able to follow, guys? புரியுதா concept? Exception to principle of doctrine of privity of contract. Let me go by book itself. Next, in case of family settlement, what is this? Father has 3 kids, son 1, son 2, son 3. Son 3 is a minor, school la irukan. Son 2, let's say, is in college. Son 1 is going for job. Assume age 20, 25, 20, 16. Minor. Okay. Now, father is almost 75 plus. So, father told son 1, you should only take care of this family. So, what he's saying, he's writing one will and entering into a contract between son 1 only and telling son 1, upon my death, my property of 30 crores, you will take care and share between S2 and S3. This is the agreement. Are you able to follow? Father left the planet. Son 1 took entire 30 crores, left to Dubai. By the time son 3 turned 18, 19 years, came to foundation class. Now, what son 3 can do? Can he file a case against son 1? Son 1 will tell what? Hey, you are not a party to the contract. Contract is between son 1 and father. You cannot file a case on me. Is it valid, guys? In case of family settlement, in case of family settlement, aggrieved party, the settlement are reduced into writing. The members of family originally had not been parties to the settlement. Son 3 may enforce the agreement. Are you following? Example purida. Hello? All of you following? Next point. Third, in case of marriage contracts, what do you mean by marriage contracts here? Okay, let's say there is husband and wife. Now, which example I can give? In case of certain marriage contracts, I'm just trying to see, provision may be made for the benefit of person. He may file a suit, though he is not a party to the agreement. Fine. Follow, guys. I'll just take what example is there in the book itself. There is one more example. Okay. What the book they're saying is husband and wife married. H is husband, W is wife. Wife's father and the husband entered into a contract. What contract? Husband told father, I will take good care of your daughter. Book example, guys. I am not sadist. Okay. Now, after the marriage, husband is not treating the wife properly. He is harassing her, not treating her properly. Now, wife is filing a case on husband that you didn't treat me properly. You promised my father you will take good care of me. Husband is saying, you don't interfere. It's a contract between your father and me. Can she interfere? Yes. Because his contract was entered for her benefit. That is what is there in the book. But other example, in case of marriage contract or arrangements, okay. This example, I didn't want to give it, no, but it comes from, what to say, marriage brokerage agreement. Let's say Bharat Matrimony connects people. So let's say A and B met on Bharat Matrimony. Okay. Some services are free, some are not free. Like you need to pay premium account for all of that. Now, meeting on the platform, A and B got married. A and B got married. Now, Bharat Matrimony, after A and B got married, yeah. And this marriage was taken, who organized the entire thing? Bharat Matrimony. For which Bharat Matrimony is now claiming money from A or B to pay compensation. Will they pay? Will they pay, guys? Bharat Matrimony put a condition. If A meets the partner on B, partner in the platform, A has to pay consideration to Bharat Matrimony. Will you pay? No. Why will you pay? You are not going to pay for that. Correct? Basically, brokers will take money if they fix something. That money is unlawful consideration. We will again see this example in agreements opposed to public policy. Did not understand the example? Leave it. Leave this. We will again come back to the same example in unit 3. Okay, leave it for now. This you understood. That's it. We will move on to next one. Okay. Fine. 2 examples, 2 points will get covered. Basically, focus on the concept, guys. Focus on the concept. Let's say there is a small pharmacy, or more than pharmacy, let's say there is a supermarket, guys. Supermarket has many staff, but one of the staff is staff X, who has been and a very good staff of the supermarket right from the first year till 10th year. All his life, ever since he worked, he's been working in the supermarket. He's a star employee. Okay. So what the supermarket did to help my employee, with ICICI Bank, supermarket took a life insurance for whom? Staff, but premium is paid by whom? Supermarket. Life insurance is for about 30 years, correct? So every year supermarket owner is paying the premium to ICICI insurance. X is getting the benefit. After 30 years, what happens? Maturity. Insurance will mature. Who will get that money? X. But after 30 years, supermarket ownership changed. Some big company, some corporate company came and purchased the supermarket. That time, after 30 years, when ICICI Bank gave the money, full money was taken by whom? Employee, they didn't give the money. If you are the employee, what you will do? You will sue the supermarket. Will tell, who are you to sue? Contract is between me and, it's between us. It's private to us. Who are you to interfere? What he'll tell? It's for my benefit. So I can interfere and I can file a case. That means the benefits of the contract here, benefits of the contract here is assigned to whom? Staff. That's the next point in case of assignment of a contract, where the benefit under the contract, our example life insurance, has been assigned to a person, then that person can file a case. Are you following? Understanding, guys? Next one. Let's say 3 friends, let's keep Hari, correct? Ahmad, and let's take second row middle, Vasant. Online also I'll take, guys. Yeah, okay. Next example, Hari, Ahmad and Vasant together started a restaurant selling some food, any cuisine, okay, multi-cuisine, luxury veg dining. Seeing this, let's say, after these 3 people started, let's say online student will keep Shaikh, okay. Shaikh also is a friend of these 3. He told, hey, I also want to start a restaurant in the future, but I don't have the capital as of today. For the next 6 months, can I work in your restaurant for free? I'll work for free just to learn how a restaurant operates, so I'll get some experience. What you will tell Hari, Ahmad and Vasant? Okay, friend Dana, you come and work. So Shaikh also joined. He started working. He started taking orders, started delivering food, started cooking in the kitchen, every work. When you start a business, you have to do A to Z. You should not see, why should I clean vessels? Everything you will do if you own a restaurant initially. Okay. Now, what Shaikh did, one day, one of the customer paid Shaikh money, and he took the money and he left. He took the money and he left. Now, the question is, the customer is filing a case on a restaurant. Let's say one customer came, customer told, I'm getting married, I want 200 plates of lunch for the restaurant. We think 200 plates into 500 per plate. How much, guys? 200 plates into 500 per plate. 10,000 நான் சொல்லுவேன் அவன் கொடுத்துறேன் catering. Okay. 1 lakh. Okay. 1 lakh rupees is being paid to Shaikh. Shaikh took the 1 lakh check and he went home. Now the customer is filing a case on restaurant. Can they file? Can they file a case? Here, he is not a partner, correct? How does he represent the firm? Partner by estoppel. Even though you are not a partner, you are acting as if you are a partner with the consent of other parties. So in this case, the estoppel partner, even though he is not an actual party between the restaurant and customer, he can file a case or he can be filed. You can file a case on him. He is deemed to be a partner. Are you following, guys? Understood? Follow? Very simple. Shaikh took 1 lakh rupees from Yashwant. Yashwant is getting married, guys, next week. So Yashwant went, he gave 1 lakh to whom? Shaikh. Now Shaikh took the money and ran away. What you will do? You will file a case on restaurant until enna interfere pandra. It's between you and Shaikh. Shaikh is not even a partner. Don't interfere me. I am a third party to this contract. What you will tell? Then why did you allow him to take order? Why did you allow him to take money? Why did you allow him to represent the brand to me? Daily is roaming here. I am seeing him and I am seeing you. Nowhere you stopped him. So estoppel means somebody who is not a partner but acting as if they are a partner. Then they will share all the rights and liabilities just like a partner. Able to follow, guys? That is estoppel. Acknowledgement or estoppel. Purida. Okay. Next. Last point I'll explain. And of course, contracts enter through agent and this. So I just want to make one mnemonic quickly here. What are the points we saw till now, guys? Assignment, agency we are yet to see. Then family, six over, correct? That should be 8 totally, 7. Next is covenants. I'll explain that. This point is separate. You will remember it. These three are simple. Marriage, family and trust. Marriage brings two families together and you will marry somebody else only if there is going to be trust. So 3 points you are covering. 3 points are covering. What is it? Marriage contracts. You will marry somebody only if there is a trust for both of you to become one family. Family contracts, correct? Family settlement. So what are the points? Marriage contracts, family settlement, trust. Simple. Then 2 points in the letter A. Assignment, agency. Assignment, agency, marriage, family and trust. Then you have 2 more points. Estoppel we just now saw. Estoppel, or it's also called as acknowledgement. So we can use actually acknowledgement itself. So I can write 3 points in A. A 3 points. Then you have that family, marriage and trust. No mnemonic, guys. I'm just giving 3 points in A. Remember easier. 3 points in A. Assignment, agency, acknowledgement. You will marry only if there is a trust to create a family. In case of trust, family contracts, marriage contracts. And last one only yet to learn. Covenants running with land. I'll explain that, guys. Able to follow till here. What about agency? Agency comes both in that no contract consideration and this. What is agency? Acting behalf of. So even though, for example, let's say that farmer example, do you remember mango? I appointed Yashwant to go sell mangoes in Delhi. Yashwant sold 100 mangoes in Delhi to Ahmed. Ahmed bought how many mangoes from Yashwant? 100 mangoes. He's saying he will pay tomorrow. Yashwant told okay. Tomorrow did he pay? He didn't pay. I am the principal of whom? Yashwant. I am filing a case on whom? Ahmed. Ahmed is telling me, who are you, sir? Contract is between me and Yashwant, you are a third party to the contract. Principal can sue the third party even though agent is entering contract with third party because agent represents whom? Principal. Purida. Are you following, guys? That is agency. Last one. Let's say I have a land in a village. I have a land in a village. From the last 10 generations, my entire family has been doing agriculture work over here. So we have what? Emotional connect with the land. We don't feel like selling that land. In that land, anything apart from farming, if you do, you will not enjoy it. But now there is a need for money, so you had to sell this land. Let's say who wants to buy? Vasant is saying, I will buy, sir. So I told Vasant, you buy the land, but one condition. In that land, you do whatever you want. But half land, you have to do what? Farming now. Like emotional, I don't want to stop farming in that land. So follow, guys. Let's say X sold the land to whom? With the condition that half the land should be used for farming. Other half, you construct a theatre, that's your wish. Construct hospital, your wish. But half has to be after sale over in the year 2023. In the year 2030, X died. X died. Now Vasant told, Apara, farming other emotional. I'm going to construct one more theatre, they said, expand my theatre. But Vasant did not know X had a, that son is filing a case on Vasant. You are now, why do I asked you to do farming only my dad? Why are you doing this? What Vasant will tell? Hey, who are you? Contract is between me and your father. You don't interfere in this. Get out from here. What son will do? Doctrine of privity of contract exception. I'll file a suit. Third party is affected here. Covenants running in the land means condition attached to land sale. Covenants another. Covenant means here, covenants running with the land means condition running with the land. If there is any condition, the buyer has to comply with the condition. If he doesn't comply with the condition, what will happen? Third party can sue. Are you able to follow, guys? Understanding? Clear? Any doubts still here? Estoppel, nothing. Estoppel is basically, we will see this concept in partnership also. Estoppel now, I am not a partner, but I am acting like a partner. Then I will share all the rights and liability as if I am a partner. Concept of mutual agency will come to me also. Yes, all three will be liable. Yes, yes. Sure. So we saw today 2 questions so far, guys. No contract, no consideration. What's my mnemonic? ABCD. AS, agent, agency. BS, bailment. C, completed gift or charity. D, time barred debt. Or B also can be time barred. Clear? Then apart from this, past voluntary service, natural love and affection. Now we saw important one, privity of contract. Privity of contract says third party to a contract cannot sue, but third party to a consideration can make the payment. But this has some exceptions. A cube plus trust, marriage, family over. A cube is what? Agency, acknowledgement, assignment. Agency, acknowledgement, assignment. For to marry, you need to have trust. And when you marry, it becomes a family. Marriage contracts in case of trust, in case of family settlements. And last one, in case of covenant running with the land. Covenant running with the land means condition attached to land, buyer has to follow. If buyer is not following, any third party can sue him if he is affected. Able to follow, guys? All of you understanding? Hello? Any doubts online in Unit 2 Indian contract? Sorry, Unit 2. What are the consideration 8 points we saw yesterday? Consideration must move at the desire of the promisee. It must be paid by promisee or any other third party. Past, present or future. Executed. Executory consideration need not be adequate. It should not be unlawful, immoral or opposed to public policy. Performance of what one is legally bound to perform. Real and not illusionary. I wanted to participate loudly, guys. Now we are going to go to questions in unit 2. You have the material also with you. Online have soft copy. Online it will be couriered to you. Whoever wants to take it, you can message the admin. Now 10 questions. You know the drill, guys. What do you have to do? Answer. Why looking at me? Answer. Take few minutes. Answer true or false. Go through, guys. Keep solving this. Take few more minutes. And if you're done with this, do question 3 and 4 also. Okay, I'll come and discuss everything in a minute. Maximum 2-3 minutes, guys. Keep doing it. Online live also. Okay, let's discuss guys quickly. I hope you finished. First one, stranger to consideration can sue. Can he sue? Stranger to consideration. Yes, can sue. Stranger to contract cannot sue. True or false? Again true. Correct. Stranger to contract cannot sue. Third party to a contract cannot sue. But third party to a consideration can sue. Consideration on the privacy concept is not there. Clear? Next. No consideration is required to create an agency. True or false? True. Consideration must result in benefit to both the parties. Of course, true. A promise to gift a wife is valid. False. Only if you promise to gift a wife, get it in writing and registered, or if you complete the gift, then she can sue if the gift is not. But here they're talking about the registration. Okay, next. In case of trust, beneficiary being stranger to a contract cannot sue. He can sue. A verbal promise to pay time-barred debt is valid. I didn't teach this while teaching. Well, something I told you in questions we'll cover. In time-barred debt, what we are discussing basically is one more thing is, let's take the same example of Puja and, where is that? Yeah, Puja and Kirtana. After 5 years, they met in convocation. Now Kirtana told, yeah, I forgot to pay, I will pay you. You just tell me your number. She took the number, I will pay you after the event. Again, after the event, she did not pay. Can Puja do anything? Nothing. When basically time-barred debt is over, the contract comes to an end after 3 years. Later, if you want to revive it, you can revive it only in. So if Kirtana is promising to pay after 3-4 years, she has to promise in written form. Okay. So promise to pay time-barred debt is valid. False, it's not verbal promise, it has to be written promise. Consideration must be adequate. Need not be adequate. Need not be adequate. See, some concepts like why time-barred debt has to be in writing, there is some logic for it, but few logics I will not be taking it here. We don't have that much time. Why it should be writing? I should teach you Limitation Act, teach you some provisions of Limitation Act to give call. So because of those things. Okay. Next, consideration must be adequate. False. If the promisee undertakes a liability on the faith of promise made by promisor to contribute to charity, the contract is valid. In charity, it need not be in writing. Orala sonna podum. For example, I told a temple priest, if I clear CA, I will give you 1 lakh rupees worth of, ornaments for the god. Okay. Priest saw your status on result day. Hey, you passed CA. So before you came itself and gave the money, he placed an order for gold ornaments from the jewelry shop. Then you went to pray. He's asking, sir, where is the 1 lakh? Hey, simply I told that time for passing CA. Nijama, you thought I'll give you. Really will I give? I won't give. Now the priest will tell, because you promised me that you will give 1 lakh after you clear CA, I incurred a liability. Now you have to pay. Are you following? Priest, hey, I have a doubt. Whether this fellow will pay or not, I have a doubt. Priest is waiting till you make the payment to place the order. You didn't pay. Now can he sue you? No. Are you following? Logic. If I incur liability based on your promise, then I can sue you. Otherwise, I cannot sue. Swami Purida. No. Let me explain this. Along with question number 5 is that only. So with 5 I'll explain. Okay. Next one, question 2. Answer, guys. True or false? Oh, J, sorry. I promise undertakes promise. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, promise undertakes a liability. Promisee, E is missing. Promisee undertakes a liability on the faith of promise made by a promisor to contribute to charity. The contract is valid. Next, completed gifts without consideration are valid only if they are out of natural love and affection and near relation. True or false? Completed gifts ko natural love and affection ko sambandham hai. There is no relationship. Completed gift can be given by anyone to anybody. Are you able to follow, guys? So it's what? False. Now we'll come in questions from reverse, guys. Question number 6 number is missing here. Okay. Last question. Let me explain this as a concept itself. Okay. You went to a temple and you told you will pay 1 lakh to the temple if you clear CA. The priest in the temple, what he did, after you cleared CA, looking at your result status, CA cleared, what the priest did, he placed order for buying some gold ornaments, incurred a liability, credit purchase, thinking that once you pay 1 lakh, he will pay to the jewelry company. Able to follow, guys? Are you understanding? You cleared CA, you went and prayed, you gave 500 rupees in hundi and you are leaving. Priest is asking, hey, where is the 1 lakh? Where is the, what you will tell? Simply I made the promise. Can you say that? Here, it's a contract without consideration, charity. But because of your promise, that other party incur a liability, so you have to pay. Other case, the priest was doubtful whether you will pay or not, he is not sure. So what the priest did, he did not place any order. He was waiting until you make the payment. Now you didn't make the payment. Can he sue you? No, because I am yet to incur a liability, so I cannot sue. Because there is no consideration here. Are you following up? Swami, following? Question 6. Yeah, Swami, read question 6 loudly. Answer. First case, if they have not incurred liability, you cannot. To second case, you can. That's what I explained now in example. Okay. Swami, read question 5. Can you recover the promised amount from Y? Yes or no? Past voluntary service compensation, no. So it's a valid contract even though there is no consideration at the time when the service was done. That will be considered as consideration. Yes. Are you able to follow, guys? Can you recover? Yes. Question number 4. Yes or no? No. Why? It should be in writing. Promise to pay time bottom should be in. Not valid. Okay. Next. Question 2. We'll go to 2 and then 3 and close this chapter. 2 you all read. Ranveer promised to pay 50,000 to Deepika so she can spend the sum on her 30th birthday. Deepika insisted her husband to make a written agreement if he really loved her, and Ranveer made a written agreement and the agreement was registered under the law. Ranveer failed to pay the specified amount to his wife and wife wants to file a suit. Applicable provisions. Will Deepika succeed? Yes or no? Why? Because natural love and affection, agreement in writing, agreement registered in the law, Deepika can file a case. That means the trust, okay, for gift. Able to follow, guys. Understanding. Next. Question 3. Yes, online can I have, no, online Abhirami, can you read the question for us? Abhirami K.
Has the document after
No.
to disagreement between himself and his wife, promised to pay his wife a sum of money for her separate residence. Later on, the husband stopped providing the promised agreement. Briefly explain the provision on expectations. To the rules, no consideration, no contract.
Read B and C also, Abhirami, quickly.
Define consideration and state the characteristics of a valid consideration. A client promises to pay while his advocate rupees 10,000 in addition to his fee if he succeeds. Yet succeeds but refuses to refuses to pay rupees 10,000, can a wife cover this amount of
Hello. First one, this one. Can wife get the money? Why? Natural? No, you cannot recover the money. The concept is there has to be natural love and affection. Then it has to be in writing. It has to be. What if natural love and affection is not there? Will this principle work then? After referring to a disagreement between himself, wife promised to pay. That means there is no natural love and affection. Yes, registered document. But is there natural love and affection here? No. Then it will go to the court. It will become a divorce or alimony. All of that is later. Here, is there natural love affection? The disagreement in clear kuturkane. And that to separate, they are staying separately. That's it, no more conclusion. There is no natural love and affection. So you can risk. Therefore, wife cannot get the money. Are you able to follow, guys? Understanding? Clear? Okay. Next. Define consideration, state the characteristics of valid consideration. What are the points? Those 8 points. Consideration must move the desire of the promisor to promisee, must be paid from promisee or any third party. It may be past, present or future. That's it. That's it. They're talking about characteristics of valid consideration. How many we have totally? Is this characteristics or legal rules? Legal rules regarding consideration. What is characteristics? This definition and the 5 analysis. It is act, consideration is an act to do something, not to do something. Then these 3 points. Move the desire of promisor, promisee or any other third person, past, present or future. And consideration can be to do something or Ibako example. Yesterday we saw Ibako and which ice cream? Quality walls. Abstain from doing something, pay money. Swami the 2 crores. Or the other one, do something, sale of goods. So consideration definition is broken down into 5 parts. Consideration for doing something, consideration not to do, abstain from doing something, must move a desire of promisor, must be paid from promisee or any other third person, past, present or future. Clear? Are you understanding? Legal rules only. Only legal rules will be these 8 points. Last one, a client promises to pay X, a client promises to pay Y's advocate 10,000 in addition to his fees if he succeeds. X succeeds but refuses to pay 10,000. Can Y recover the amount from X? Yes or no? No. He cannot recover the amount from X. Why? Performance of amount is legally bound to. Perfect. With this, we are done with the chapter of consideration. Okay. Before we go to next chapter, I'll give you a short break. Since we are closing at 6 today, only request, instead of half an hour break, can we keep it 15 minutes? Okay, because 15 minutes. But break is not now. Around 4:30, I'll give you the break. Now I'm going to give a small distraction. Just a general knowledge. Since we spoke about family settlement, marriage contracts, not relevant to subject, but relevant for life. Till I finish the example, don't judge me. Till let me finish the example, you follow. It's a concept which I feel everyone should be educated about. Okay. Exam is not going to come, but this concept is going to be there in Unit 3 also. Okay. In Unit 3, we have something called agreements opposed to public policy. In that, one example is dowry. Correct? Remember seeing that? We're going to talk about that. Why dowry was legal before. Before it was legal, do you all know that? Hello? At a point, it was legal. Law was making it legal. Then only it became illegal. Why? Let me explain the logic and the, what to say, practical side of it. How was law and how is law now? To an extent relevant to subject, but look at the concept. Let's say father has 30 lakhs property. Did we discuss this in other class? No. Son, he has 3 sons. Son 1, son 2 and father died. How much will each son get? Clear? Simple, guys. Hello. For this example, I want you to again go back to 1900s. Year 1900s, where we don't have internet, we don't have flight, we don't have train travel, all of that. Clear? Now again, father has 3 kids, son 1, son 2, daughter 1. Okay. Now, the law you know, currently, or whatever you know a little bit, if father dies, how much son 1 will get? 15, son 2, 15, daughter 1, 0. No, sir, in my house is not like that. Follow the example. Okay. This is what most people believe in. Why is it discrimination? It's very discriminatory, no? Correct? Now look at the logic behind this. We are in the year 1900. Daughter is marrying and leaving the family house and going and living somewhere else. Let's say this family is in Chennai. Let's say daughter is not going to North India. She is just going to Coimbatore, to a different family. From Chennai, Mylapore to Coimbatore. Not very far away. Hello. Okay. Now, example, after, let's say daughter left in the year 1900. Now in 1910, after 10 years, father died. Will the daughter be aware of this? Immediately. How long? Now today WhatsApp update. How you will get the update and call? 1910. Telegram was a privilege that time. Not everybody can afford telegram. So the only way was to send a postcard or a letter. How long will it take for the postcard to reach the daughter? 5 to 10 days. Then daughter to travel and come to Chennai, how long it will take? We didn't have flight. Train also was not there. What was that at that time? Bullock cart will come from Coimbatore to Chennai. Very limited connectivity of train. You had to walk, guys. 800 you had to walk. Very few. So it was very hard to go. Okay. Or that horse is part of, you saw no PS, horse, no flight in the 1800. So by the time daughter comes back here, another 10 days. So by the time daughter comes to the house, it becomes almost 20 days to a month. Correct? Sometimes because of the financial situation, daughter will not even be able to come and see. Do you think to do the end rituals, they will wait till the daughter comes? They will finish it off quickly, one day. Correct? Now that time what the son 1 can do, if son is a good son, good brother, sir, he will keep 10, son 2 he will keep 10 and he will keep daughter 10 lakhs. But sons didn't do that. What they did, 15 lakhs for me, 15 lakhs for you. And when daughter comes and asks for money after a month also, they used to fight. Son will tell, what he will tell? Hey, now you belong to some other family. You don't take money from here. So then the law felt, this is not fair. We want equality. Everyone should get what? 10, 10, 10. So what the law did? Okay, fine. Actual property of father is how much? 30 lakhs. So what the law said, when daughter 1 is marrying and leaving the family, daughter's share of father's property is how much? Will be taken by the daughter and she will leave the family, not at the time of death of the father, but at the time of her wedding, marriage, because she is leaving the family. So now daughter takes how much? 10 and goes in the form of, it's a voluntary money given by father, his share, daughter's share of property given to the daughter by the father. Clear? Now after taking 10 lakhs, how much father has left? So now after father dies, by the time daughter is aware and she comes back, son 1 will take 10, son 2 will take 10. Everybody got it equally, but at different points of time. This was the intention behind law. And that is why law said, when father dies, only sons will share equal property. Daughter has no rights because she already took her property. If I tell daughter will take 20 lakhs divided by 3 will be 6.6, 6.6, 6.6. Daughter is getting 10 plus 6 extra. Correct? That is how the law was made before. But we all know in the last 100 years, social injustice, all those things happen. This dowry became more like a, pressure on the father. It became a force on the father. So because of so many stories you've seen, movies, so many things, real life stories, so law said This was not the reason why I introduced this law. Now, if daughter wants to come and see the father, within a few hours she can come in a flight. So we don't need to have the concept of dowry anymore. And because of the injustice it's causing discrimination, dowry became illegal. Unlawful, law was amended. So if dowry becomes illegal, when daughter leaves the family, will she get this 30 lakhs? That means when father dies, she has to get how much? So law is amended today. Today law is amended. It says upon death, both son and daughter will share equal 10-10-10. So today's law says dowry is illegal, but upon death of the father, both son and daughter will share the money equally. But the education is not there. Still, we follow it in a very mixed way. But I just want to educate because we spoke about family settlements in the chapter. Are you able to follow, guys? Exam, they are not going to ask this. This was told to me when I was attending classes, but I felt it was a very important information. It's not, the awareness is not there. So if I tell 20 students here, you will tell another 20, it will spread. Someday we'll all be aware of it. Able to follow, guys. Understood logic. Karta of a family is who in HUF? He's the eldest. Eldest male member or female member or both? Eldest. For a very long time we studied as the eldest. Discrimination. What is this? Why can't female member to be the eldest person in HUF to run the family? 2016 only we realized it's a discrimination, and 2016 law is amended. Today, eldest member of the family is called. It can be male or, it took so many years. 2016 realized law maathirukkom. Till then, eldest male member. Clear, guys? Able to follow? This is important for exam. It's an amendment, very much part of your syllabus and not tested also. I don't know why they have not tested from 2016, even though it's an important question. So eldest member is Karta. Clear, guys? We'll come back to the subject. Hello. We are going to go to unit 3 of Indian Contract Act. Big unit. Unit 3 and 4 is big, guys. 5, 6 easy mudichidalam. 1 hour each. Unit 5 half an hour. Unit 6 half an hour. Half an hour for questions. 1.5 hour. Able to follow, guys? We will spend time on memorizing also, don't worry. Do you all remember 10 points of offer, 7 points of acceptance, 8 points of consideration? We will revise today also. Unit 3 talks about 4 important things. With Unit 3, our essential elements will come to an end. How many essential elements we have? In that 4 are already done. 2 or more parties, intention to create legal relationship, offer and acceptance, consideration. How many are left? 6 more. We are going to see all 6 in this chapter. After this chapter gets over, if I give you an example, you should be able to tell me if it's a valid contract or not a valid contract. If it's a valid contract or a void agreement. Are you able to follow, guys? Here they talk about capacity to enter into a contract. Then the chapter also talks about free consent, lawful object and lawful consideration. Then it also talks about agreements not expressly expressly declared as void. Able to follow, guys? Clear? Under this we have 3 subdivisions. Under this we have 5 subdivisions. Under this we have quite a few points. Under this also we have some subdivisions. I don't want to write the subdivision and create one chart for you guys. We'll take one by one. Each of this is 1 point in essential elements. 0.5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 also. However you want. We'll write it down. Able to follow, guys? We are going to go first to capacity to enter into a Contract. Are you able to follow, guys? Who can enter into a contract? Law has broken down this into three parties. Three parties. First, let me finish the easy ones. Okay. Now, law says only a major can enter into a contract. Major means above 18. Minor enters into a contract. Such a contract is void ab initio. We have some exceptions also. We will see that later. Why? Why are they not allowing minors to enter into contract? Idhukku major mattumda. So what if they are child? What is the big difference when you are 17 years and 18 years? That rational thinking. If I call one 10-year-old kid in the dairy milk, you go sign this contract, what he'll do? They'll sign. So law wants to protect the minor. When you are 17 years old in class 12, you may be able to think. Some people can even be 25 years and still not have the maturity. They will still behave like a kid. Somebody will be 30 years, will still behave like a kid. Some kids who are 15 years can still be a 13-year, will have the maturity. Law cannot specifically tell, hey, you come pass the test, you are matured, you enter into contract. Hey, you are still a kid, you first grow up and come back. Law cannot do all that. So law believes that when you turn school mudsta, you are a grown up. That's what law believes. School teaches us everything. School teaches us betrayal. Everything you learn in school. So the law believes once you are done with 18 years, you are ready to face the world. All of you ready, guys? Enter. So now, only major can enter into a contract. Minor, not allowed. Clear? Law wants to protect the minor, thinking minor is innocent. That's why you see in movies, they will send minor, you go do the murder and come, nothing will happen. But today the law is changing. Especially after that Nirbhaya incident, Nirbhaya Act, so much has changed. So much has changed. Juvenile justice, all that law has changed because intention to protect the minors is they are innocent. But you are not acting innocently. Then you have to face the consequence. Law is changing, but that much in-depth questions will not come in Foundation Contract Act. Law is very simple. Major means valid contract. Minor means, that means if I go and take a bank loan representing as if I am a major and I am not repaying the loan, can they sue me? I am going to bank, Aadhaar card edutittu, I am changing date of birth, I am changing. I am born in 2005, assume. I am changing it to 1995 matra. Changing it, then I am dressing up in formals. I am going and representing as if I am 20 years, I took the loan. Bank manager on pathi nambitam. He thought you looked like 25 and he gave you the loan. Tomorrow you are saying, yes, I got the money, you spend the money, you are not repaying. Can he sue you? No. Bank's fault to enter into a contract with whom? Minor. Exceptions we will see in a moment. Second person who can't enter into a contract is whom? Basically, when you enter into a contract, you should be in a position to think and decide for yourself. Only a person who is in unsound mind. Example, person who is insane, mental, then insane, or sometimes excessive alcohol consumption. You do not have, what to say, rational thinking. You are not thinking straight. So in these cases, you cannot enter into a contract. In simple, sir, na life full I am unsound mind, sir. Nadulla or 2 months mattu I am sound mind. Then the contract entered in those 2 months is rest everything is unsound mind. For example, all of you watched Master movie. Vijay's Master movie. Those who did not watch also, don't worry guys. Non-Tamil students, non-Chennai students also, every Hindi movie or every movie most movies hero will consume alcohol, correct? Only then is hero, correct? So when he enters into a contract when he is not in his sane mind, that contract is not valid. Are you able to follow, guys? So in the movie, in Vijay, he will sign one contract when he is intoxicated. That contract is not valid. That only came to my mind when I was seeing the movie. So, able to follow, guys. Okay. Next. Example, Purna, leave it, guys. In movie, if hero In intoxication, if they sign something, that is not valid. If you remember the scene, otherwise leave it. Don't go and see on Netflix or Prime. No, not important. Okay. Same thing in many other movies, Hindi movies and all. Hero, if any contract is entered, that contract will not be valid because they were not able to think properly. They were under the influence of some external substance. Are you able to follow, guys? So law wants to protect you. Clear? Sir, full life I am sound mind, sir. One night alone I am unsound mind. Then what you do in that night, what you sign is not valid. Are you following? Able to understand? Clear? Example. Sir, I am under intoxication and I got married, sir. I went and signed. Marriage is not valid. Are you able to follow? Understanding, guys? Movie they will see. Under intoxication, you went and signed. Register marriage over. Marriage is not valid because you are in unsound mind. Are you able to follow, guys? That's why they will check is everything proper, all of that. Clear? Next, what is the third one? So simple. A contract entered when you are in sound mind is valid. Contract entered when you are in unsound mind, not valid. Able to follow? What is third one? Few specific cases when contract entered is not expressly disqualified by law. Disqualified by law. Few examples I'll give you. Convict. Who is the convict? I filed a case, FIR on Hariharan. Is he a convict? FIR on Hariharan. Is he a convict, guys? No. If I want to file FIR on him, 10 minutes I can file FIR on him. Call the police, give gift, FIR filed on Hariharan. I'll tell Hariharan stole the camera in the class and went. File FIR on him for theft. Is he a convict? He is a suspect. Okay. He is not a convict. Convict means court, he should be proved guilty. Today in our world, FIR can be filed easily, guys. I want to file FIR on Rajinikanth. Easily I can file. Go to Rajinikanth's location, go to police station, file FIR. FIR registration is not a big deal. Anybody can file. It's basically registration of a complaint. Suspect. If an FIR is there on you, nothing to worry. You are not done anything wrong. Are you able to follow, guys? And it's easy to file. What? Convict only is what? And the FIR went to court, investigation completed, you are proved guilty. Tappu pantani. You have made a mistake. Able to follow, guys? At that particular time, when you are a convict, you are now in the jail. Now you are not allowed to enter into contracts because law wants to punish you for doing a mistake. Until the punishment is over, you cannot do anything else except being in the jail. Otherwise, I will be in the jail, get special permission, get laptop, do work from home. I'll enter into contract, e-contract I will sign, or I will wait in the jail, people will come, I will sign and give, I will do business. Purpose of you being in jail is to punish you for a mistake. So at that point, you cannot earn money. We will not let you earn money in that time. So that's why that contract by convict is not valid. Correct? Next. Insolvent. One more point is what? Who is an insolvent? Vijay Mallya. Correct? Is not insolvent. Assume Vijay Mallya becomes bankrupt, insolvent. Insolvent means my liability is more than my asset. Now again, if I allow you to enter into a contract, you will create more liabilities. So they are saying, person who is insolvent, declared bankrupt cannot enter into a contract. Able to follow. Recently what happened? War between Russia and Ukraine. So that time, Russia and Ukraine people cannot enter into contract with each other. Alien enemy. It's not Avengers, guys. Alien enemy now, neighboring countries or any countries in war. Why? Why they are not letting? So what? What if there's profit? Okay, for example, I purchased one car from Elon Musk in US, Tesla car. I wanted to use in India. Elon Musk told Tesla na India la work agadu. You need automatic and all, you can't drive here. It works in US roads, highway. Here if you do automatic, gone. You saying, no, I don't want automatic, I want manual. So you purchased money, you imported a Tesla car to Chennai. You are the first person to get Tesla car in Chennai. You have the charging port, everything is there. Now after charging, car is not working. What you will do? What you will do? Sue whom? Elon Musk. Will you file a case on Elon Musk in Chennai High Court or Madras High Court or Mumbai High Court or Supreme Court or US Court? Where you will file the case? Where you will file the case? Okay, different example. Let's say somebody came to your house and robbed the house. Where you will file the case? Police complaint. Nearby police station. You went to Delhi for sightseeing. There somebody in your room, they came and stole the goods. Where you will file the case? Nearby Delhi police station. So where, that means where the party is located, you file the case on that location. Are you able to follow? Okay. So if you want to file a case against Elon Musk, he is legally answerable not in India. He is legally answerable in US. I will file a case in US court. Are you able to understand? அதுக்கு அங்க யூஎஸ்க்கு போகணும்னு அவசியம் இல்லை. Call the US advocate from here, appoint him, give details in an email, he will file the case. Now, if there is a war between India and US, can you file a case in US court? A war is going on. Any interaction between two countries, they will think they will think something is happening. So they will cut all the interaction between both the companies. At that time, if you buy a car from Elon Musk, you don't have a legal remedy. Case போட முடியாது. Court will tell I won't accept the case, correct? That's why they are saying alien enemy you cannot file a case. They are saying alien enemy you cannot file a case. That means not legally enforceable. Therefore contract cannot be entered with alien enemy. Are you able to follow? Ada meeri you, sir, I'm crossing that internet, sir. In email I'm entering into contract. Nobody knows. You can enter into contract. So I am entering into contract with somebody from Pakistan. War is there. Contract can be entered. If one party is not performing the obligation, you can't sue. It becomes a void agreement. Purida. Understanding logic, guys. Here in the example now. Alien enemy. These are a few points. Convict, insolvent, alien enemy, then some ambassadors, foreign ambassadors, and what else is there, guys? Foreign sovereigns. Now, if you go to embassy, that embassy people will be here. You can't enter into contract with them. Because if any legal enforceability comes, you have to file a case on him. All those things. For that, they're saying better don't interact with them. Able to follow, guys. So these are the people with whom you can. So basically, who can enter into contract, guys? Somebody who's the sound mind and is major. Major plus sound mind, and you should not be disqualified by. Clear up. Then next important examiner's question. What a minor can do, cannot do. We have about 15 exceptions over there. 15 exceptions. No need to mug up. If you understand one simple logic about minor, you will fill the points here. You will fill the points. Okay. Can minor be an agent? Logic. I'll tell you the logic, then you don't even have to read the book. Agent means what? That mango example, representative. Let's say Yashwant appointed a miner to go and sell mangoes in Delhi. Miner sold mangoes in Delhi. The customer ate the mangoes and fell sick. Customer wants to sue miner. Correct? What miner will tell? Ask the principal. Principal only liable. He only gave the mangoes I sold to you. In Make My Trip app, you booked the flight ticket. Flight cancelled. Who has to refund? Indigo. Indigo only has to refund. Correct? Are you able to follow? You booked in Paytm app, PVR movie tickets. Movie cancelled because of flood. Who has to refund the money? Through the Paytm app, you will get the money. But who's giving Paytm? PVR. That means in a contract of principal and agent, always who's liable to third party? Principal. Agent is never liable. He has some exceptions, but don't worry about it. Internal law. So who's liable to third party? That means, does agent have any liability to third party? No. That means if minor is an agent, he won't have liability. So minor can be an agent. Are you following? Now I'll give you the hint, clue. In any transaction, if minor has liability, he cannot do that. In any transaction, if minor does not have liability, he can do that. Are you able to follow? Correct? In any transaction, if minor has the liability, you cannot do that. For example, can minor be a shareholder of a company? No. Why? Because unpaid call money you have to pay. So that means there is a possible liability on member, shareholder. Minor cannot be a company. Now, can minor be a partner in a partnership firm? Partnership is about sharing profits and losses. That means I have to share loss. I have liability. I cannot be a partner. Now what minor is saying? No. What minor is saying? Okay, fine. I will share only profits. I will not share losses. I will be a partner who's getting only profits. Can I allow? Yes, no losses. Therefore, minor can be a partner who shares only profits and no losses. Concept purida? Able to follow, guys? Next. Let's say ICICI Bank, minor X, and let's say minor is X, and let's say Hariharan major. Okay, Hariharan is the major. Okay, minor wants to take loan from ICICI Bank. Will ICICI Bank give the loan? Will ICICI Bank give the loan, guys? No, because minor cannot be made personally liable. Now Hariharan is telling ICICI Bank, hey, give him the loan. He wants to study. Give him the loan. If he is not repaying, who will pay? I will pay. Hariharan is saying, I am the guarantee. Now the guarantee, surety tarana. I am the surety person. If minor is not paying, I will pay. What ICICI Bank wants? Money back. Whoever gives, I don't care. So ICICI Bank, if minor is not paying, do they have the option to now sue Hariharan? Therefore, minor can borrow money if there is a surety. Able to follow? Therefore, minor can enter into a contract if there is a surety. Are you following, guys? That's the logic for these 15 points. Nothing to mug up. Tell some point, some other point, guys, without the answer. Can minor have a bank account? Is there any liability for having bank account? If you have bank account, should you pay any money to the bank? Free bank account. And also it will be a joint account with your parents. So parents will take care of it. So minor can enter into a contract through a guardian, because guardian will be responsible. See, whenever minor is escaping liability, I can enter into contract. Minor account self irukku, but you need parents should sign. One parent, one guardian has to sign. No bank will give, only minor. No bank will give. Able to follow, guys? Next, can you give me one more example? Any other point? You are playing cricket in your house. You hit the ball. Car glass broke. Car owner is coming and saying, give the money, new car. You are saying, hey, I am a minor. You cannot make me liable. Will they allow? Hello? Minor cannot be criminally liable. But these kind of civil damages can be paid through minor's property. This is called liability for cricket. Are you able to follow, guys? Criminal, you can't arrest the minor. Cricket ball at down, you can't arrest. But he can pay, the loss can be compensated. Because of minor, some loss is incurred to somebody else. Okay. A cricket example, near a ball, some house glass broke. You have to pay the money. You don't have money. He will sue your personal property. Sir, no property, sir. Nothing. He will change the glass. That's all. Next, anything else, guys? Guardian is one. Can minor? No. Yeah, without knowledge of guardian, you can't enter into a contract. Next. Let's say Hariharan was a minor before, 3 years back. Correct? 1 year back. 1 year back, Hariharan was a minor. I tell the correct age, so I'm just guessing. So 3 years back, Hariharan was a minor. There are some mobile apps where you can get instant loan. Do you know? If you open the app now, within the next 2 minutes, you will get amount of 10,000 rupees loan. Don't do that. I'm giving example for some other purpose. So what Hariharan did, downloaded that app. There are so many apps. Gave his PAN card, gave his Aadhaar card by wrong details, and he got the loan of 10,000 rupees. Then he got the loan, transferred to his account, cut the SIM card, through the SIM card, got new SIM card. So he's saying, hey, I got 10,000 rupees loan. Now he didn't repay the money. Then after becoming major, after 3 years, let's say when he's 20 years, he went to some philosophy class where some Guruji is talking about life values. Then suddenly Hariharan strike it. Ayo, appo panna tappuda eppolla I'm suffering in life. So he decided to repay that example. Okay, he decided to repay that money. So he is going to the company and saying, I want to ratify that old loan. Now I will repay with interest. Can he do that? Minor cannot ratify a contract. What is ratification? Validating an old contract. Why you cannot ratify? Because the original contract was never, it was a void agreement. So you cannot ratify something which was never valid. I can only ratify it was if something was valid, able to follow. So minor cannot ratify. In our example, Hariharan loan example. Purida, are you able to follow, guys? Then what are the other points? A minor can always plead minority. Then everybody is doing movies. Make a mistake and tell, hey, sorry, I am minor. Then they will leave you. Clear, guys? Take the loan, don't repay the money and tell what? You are minor. What they can do? Nothing can be done. Able to follow, guys? Hello? We have another point. Minor can borrow money for necessities. We will see this in quasi-contract. Same concept. Okay. Next, anything else what minor cannot do? Look at the book. There are points. I think 2-3 points are pending. Just tell the points which is missing. Guardian we covered. Agent we covered. Yeah, minor cannot become. Of course, you can't make a minor insolvent. I told you cannot make a minor what? Liable. So minor can never be insolvent. Then the guardian we wrote. Then no, minor cannot be sued for, or he can be sued of. That is always plead minority. Minor cannot be sued for specific performance. I'll explain, guys. Again, simple logic. Can minor be made liable? Minor cannot be made. What do you mean by specific performance? Let's say Hariharan, when he was a minor, he got a chance. Yesterday, who was the movie example? Shankar. Pawan. So Pawan got a chance to act in Shankar movie. Let's assume Pawan is a minor for this example. Okay. Now, after getting the money from Shankar, he told Shankar, okay, I will accept, but first you give money. Otherwise, veetla ottukka maatanga. So he took the 2 lakhs money. Then he switched off his phone and he continued studying for CA, saying CA only is important for me, money is important, got the money, I will not act. After going for acting for 2 days, he stopped acting. What Shankar will do? Sue him for specific performance. Hey, come and act the money. Come and act in the movie. Do the performance for what you promised. What he will tell? You cannot sue me. Minor can never be made liable for anything in cash or kind. Are you able to follow? Assuming he gets an offer for 2 lakhs, he can take the money and tell he won't act. What Shankar will do? Sir, if I find 2 lakhs, leave it, he will move on. But are you able to understand the concept, guys? In all these cases, minor cannot do it because minor cannot be made what? Liable. Or he cannot ratify an act which he didn't when he was a minor. Are you able to follow? Everything else we cover, anything else missing? Joint contract. Minor, okay, no, I'm not going to say can do or cannot do. Can minor enter into a joint contract? Yes, with a guardian or major, because who I can make liable? Guardian or major. So minor can enter into a. So these 15 points in the book, if I have to show it to you, I'll show it to you in a while. Those unit 3 exceptions for minor, please don't mug up, guys. Just think of the logic. In all these cases, agent, partner, plead minority, there is no liability for minor, so he can do it. All these he cannot do. So we are splitting these 10-15 points into can do and cannot do. Exam, they will rarely ask what are the exceptions of minority. Any one point can be a case study question. Are you all able to follow, guys? Understanding? Anybody has any doubts still here? Offline, online? Now is the time to ask. Okay. Let's proceed, guys. So we are done with what? Capacity to enter into a. Before I go to the next three, we'll go for a small break. But before that, we'll quickly revise those points. Okay. We have to revise those points. Then we'll go for break. If you are able to revise correctly, including online live and recording. See, class, you are coming to remember the points. Go home and study maths. Okay. Now, maths, other subject, maths and so on. 10 points. What is 10, guys? Offer 10 points. What are the 10 points? First two. Intention to create legal relationship, certain, definite, and not vague. Next, communicate, conditional. Next, two big points. Offer should not contain a term. Non-compliance of the amounts to acceptance, made with intention to obtain the assent. Next two, express, implied, general. Then next two, statement of price is not, mere statement is not an offer. Offer is different from invitation to offer. These 7 points, guys. Consideration, legal rules. Quickly, guys. Consideration must be at the desire of the promisor. It may move from promisee or any other party. Past, present, or future. Executed or executory consideration cannot be, need not be adequate. Then performance of is legally bound to perform. Okay, real and not illusionary. Next, unlawful, immoral, that point. Next, what is ABCD? No contract, no consideration. A is agency, B is bailment, C is charity, D is time barred debt. Then past voluntary service, natural love and affection. What is clans? Revocation of question and first term. What's the question? Modes of revocation. C is counteroffer. L, lapse of time. A, non-acceptance of condition precedent, non-acceptance of by offeree. Then N, notice of revocation. S, subsequent illegality. Clans ID, insanity or death. If you play the game more, death or insanity. Are you able to remember, guys? Then privity of contract exceptions. AAA. Then you have that family trust. A is what? AAA. Agency, assignment, acknowledgement. AAA is not the other meaning, you know. These three. Okay. What is it? Agency, assignment, acknowledgement. Then you have family contracts, trust, marriage, family settlement. See, marriage contracts. Marriage comes from trust, and once you marry, it becomes a family arrangement. Clear? Then last point. Covenants running with the land. Conditions running with the land. Are you able to follow, guys? Then 7 points of acceptance. What is it? Acceptance only by the person to whom offer is made. Acceptance must be communicated. Acceptance must be absolute and unqualified. Then prescribed mode within the reasonable time. Mere silence is not acceptance. Implied acceptance. Able to follow? I'll give you all a minute time to quickly go through all the points in chapter 1 and 2. I will randomly ask anybody I want, including online live and offline. Online live, all this time I want you to repeat with me. Repeat with me, guys. If you are not repeating, it's a loss for you. Here I can see, but there it's a matter of trust, fiduciary relationship. You have to keep repeating in your house. Today I'm going to ask online also. Any point? Today is simple. If you are not answering, your row will write the entire point 3 times. Online, if I ask anyone, whoever is in online, everybody will write that question multiple times. Giving you all exactly 2 minutes, guys, to go through everything. Okay, done, guys. Gave you 4 minutes. Close, everybody close the books, fast. We'll have one student from online, two from offline. That's it. Close, everybody close it. Close it, guys, quickly. Close your books. Fast. Online, can I have Shaikh to unmute himself, turn the camera on. Shaikh, unmute yourself, turn the camera on. Yes, Shaikh. Yeah.
Sir. Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sir, can
Okay, but you be honest, okay? Tell me all the
Yes, sir.
points for exception to doctrine of privity of contract.
Case of trust,
Okay,
case of trust, case of agency,
okay,
family settlement,
okay. Then,
assignment,
okay. Then,
map contracts,
marriage contract, then,
uh, estoppel, acknowledgement.
okay, then, what is the last one? I hope you didn't see the book because I didn't teach you in case of trust or in case of marriage settlement. I just told you trust. Only book has the word in case of trust, in case of family settlement. I'm hoping you didn't see the book. Online students, I want you to turn the camera on, get it sorted soon. Okay. Next, here. We'll have, which row I'll pick today? Second row, Ashwin's row. Ashwin, choose anybody in your row. Who wants to answer? You or you volunteer yourself or choose somebody. You will yourself answer. Tell me 10 points of offer. Perfect. Choose somebody else in the class of your choice or any row. This side last bench. ரெண்டு பேர் தான் இருக்காங்களே. சுவாமி ரோவா? சுவாமியா ஹரிஹரன் ரோவா? Ahmad, உங்க row. Choose somebody in the row also. Fast. Hariharan will tell me acceptance சொல்லிடுவான் அவன், consideration சொல்லிடுவான் because when repeating he told correctly. So what is left? Okay, fine. Tell me privity of contract exception itself. Covenants running with the land. Perfect, guys. So yeah, clear. We'll go for a short break and we'll resume. Online live also will come back, guys. What time you want to resume? Fine, we'll close at 6. So short break for what time? 4:50. Yeah, come back at 4:50, guys. Short break. At 6 we are going to go home, guys. Come at 4:50. Okay, guys, let's resume. Hello, let's resume, guys. We have one more hour to go. Let's continue with law. Before the break, we finished Unit 2 consideration and Unit 3 other essential elements of valid contract. Capacity to enter into contract is over. Now we are going to go to the next set. Next set agenda is how much we can complete in the balance. We completed capacity to enter into a. Now we are going to go for pre-consent. We are going to go for pre-consent and then we'll go for the other two later. Let's take up pre-consent, guys. Pre-consent has this is what we saw here, all the exceptions of minor. And then we also saw this unsound mind, sound mind, all of that. And then we're going to now go with pre-consent. Under that we have coercion, undue influence. Next is first, let me give you a brief of all these concepts. Okay. Now follow, guys. Let's go one by one. Let me give you an overall brief. What is free consent first? What is free consent, guys? Free consent means you are entering into a contract where the other party is entering without his own decision. He is being forced because of any reason or he was not able to take a right decision. For example, what is coercion? We saw in the farmer example. Villain threatened the farmer by force and that's why he entered into the contract, correct? So coercion means there is going to be some element of physical pressure, some element of threat to life. Okay. I was on mute. Let me just repeat again, guys. Thank you for letting me know. So we're just continuing with the after the break again, just repeating for recording students. I'm not sure if you heard or not, I was on mute. We are starting off with concept of free consent. So in free consent, we have 5 concepts: coercion, undue influence, fraud, misrepresentation and mistake. I just started giving brief about what is free consent. What is free consent? Party entered into contract by giving the consent but not in his own decision. Okay. So what is coercion? First, you are forcing somebody to enter into a contract by physical pressure, physical threat to his life or threat to somebody else. For example, gunpoint. What is it? Coercion. I am threatening, if you don't sign this, I will attack your family. Movies, villain will come and say, you don't sign this. Bank manager, nee sign panna, I will attack your kids. What bank manager will do? Sign. Coercion. Able to follow, guys? You see so many movies, villain pandra ellame enadhu? Coercion. What is undue influence? Now, undue influence, for example, I am going on the road. Okay. Then one share auto comes. Only one seat is there. Me and some stranger is standing. I am telling, let me go in the share auto. He is saying, Nada first one. I only came first in the queue. I will only go in the share auto. No, I am telling a stranger, if you get into the share auto before me, I won't eat. I won't eat. What stranger will do? You eat, you don't eat. How is it going to affect me? By he's getting into the share auto and he'll leave. Correct? Huh? Same thing in my house. I want to buy a new jeans or I want to buy a new phone. You're telling your mother, if you don't buy me a new phone, I won't eat. What your mother will do? What your mother? What your mother will do? Initially she'll tell, okay, don't eat. One full day you didn't eat. Now what she'll do? What phone you want? Okay, fine. Buy the phone. Now did she buy the phone with her own consent? You influenced her without any physical. By mentally you are creating the pressure to the other party. Are you able to follow? Are you understanding, guys? That's called undue influence. Let's say I am setting the main exam question paper. Yeah, I am not setting this. I am not allowed. I can't set also. Teachers can't set. Assume I am setting the main exam question paper. Okay. Then I am saying I have my phone, old OnePlus phone is there, not working properly, but still I am using this only. So I am saying, Hariharan, do you want to buy this OnePlus phone? Hariharan is saying, how much, sir? 5 lakhs. Will you buy? Question, if you buy the phone, I will give you the question paper. Will you buy it for 5 lakhs? Undue influence. Assuming he has 5 lakhs. Okay. Hariharan today came to class, sir, I bought new Duke bike, sir. My father gifted me, my mother gifted me. I got my grandpa, anybody, someone gifted me new Duke bike. Hariharan is coming. I am saying, sell that bike to me. Otherwise, in all your tests, I will give you 0 marks. Undue influence. Are you all able to follow, guys? Basically, somebody you can, brother and sister, TV remote fight. You will blackmail for something. If you don't give the TV remote to me today at 7:30 p.m. for match, then I will not give you that. Undue influence. Are you able to follow? So undue influence means you are making the person. It is social agreement, sir. Social agreement only. But I am giving you an example. Entering into contract with somebody by creating an influence. This undue influence is possible only where there is a relationship between two parties. Such a relationship is called fiduciary relationship. A relationship where I can influence your thoughts. Teacher and student. Then Guruji. And which Guruji? How to tell? Guruji is saying, you give me 50% of the property now. Next Janmam I will give you. Next life I will give you 50%. All the servants will give that. They will give what? The property. Manager and employee. If you want promotion, come clean my shoe. Undue influence. Are you able to follow, guys? This is the social agreement, but if you want promotion, you buy this goods at so much price. Give this contract. Okay, if you want promotion for your wedding, you should take the food contract from my relative. Understood? I am the manager in the company. Employee is coming and saying, sir, I am getting married, sir. Your invitation. I will say, congratulations. If you want promotion next year for your wedding, the food contract, give it to my relative. What your employee will do? Promotion, I want promotion. One fight, hey, I'll go to some other company. Who are you? Or other thing, what? Give the contract. Are you able to follow, guys? Or if I'm a manager, I'm saying, people, I'm starting a new photography business. Employees coming and saying, sir, I'm getting married. I will tell, if you want promotion next year, your marriage photography contract, give it to me for 1 lakh. You are my first client. Let me experiment. What employee will do? Appoint. What else to do? Appoint you and appoint somebody else. Backup. Undue influence. Are you able to follow, guys? This is coercion. What is fraud? What is? Okay. Fraud. So undue coercion is what? Section 15. Undue influence section 16. Fraud section 17. Misrepresentation section 18. Mistake is section 19. This is wrong. I wrote it wrong. Section 19 is not mistake. By mistake, if I write this, that's called what? Mistake. I thought section 19 is what? Mistake, and if I write section 19, I believed it to be section 19. What is it? Misrepresentation. I want all of you to fail. That's why I wrote section 19 as fraud. Sorry, section 19 as mistake. That is what? Fraud. Are you understanding concept of? Are you able to follow, guys? Let me give you one more example. You went to one second-hand shop to buy one old bike. Okay. Mileage of that bike is only 1 liter, 30 kilometers. Okay. We have, let's say, let's use different example. Let's say from online, Shubha is there. And then let's say Hariharan is the shop owner. And let's say Pavan is the customer. Shubha gave her old Activa to Hariharan to sell it. Hariharan runs the second-hand bike shop. Now, Pavan came to buy. He is asking, bike is in good condition. Hariharan saying, yes, yes. Pavan is asking Hariharan, 1 liter, how many kilometers? Now, Hariharan has 3 options, 3 answers that he is giving. 1, he knows that 1 liter can give only 30, but he's saying, he knows it's only 30, but he's saying what? 40. It's what? Fraud. Intentionally deceiving a person so that he buys the bike, enters into contract. Intentionally telling you wrong section number so that you make mistake in exam. Yeah, I'm not doing that. That's why I corrected. Example. That's called fraud. Second, Hariharan told 40 kilometers, thinking it is 40 kilometers. He believed it's going to give me how much? 40 kilometers. Intention was not to deceive you, but I thought it was what? 40 kilometers. Able to follow, guys. That's what? Misrepresentation. I am telling you, section 19 is mistake. You are saying, no sir, it's not 19. Illa, it's 19. I know it's correct, I'm saying. I thought it is what? Correct. Misrepresentation. Mistake is what? Same 1 liter 30 kilometers. Pavan came and asked me, I don't know the actual number. I thought it was randomly, 35 kilometers. It's going to go, okay, it's going to go for 40 kilometers. Here the mindset, intention matters. Sir, misrepresentation and mistake looks identical. Yes, both looks very identical, small difference. The difference is in misrepresentation. I thought it was true and I told it. But in mistake, without my knowledge, I made that mistake. I told 40 kilometers without me realizing, without knowing, but not intention to deceive you. And I didn't know it's correct. I thought it's 40 and told 40. By mistake I told. Are you able to follow? Clear? Correct section for mistake is 22. Mistake section. Okay. Mistake in other parts of this, but section number not relevant for foundation, guys. Able to follow, guys. Got an overview of what is each. Now, one person is threatening the other, saying, if you don't enter into the contract, I will suicide. Coercion or undue influence? Coercion or undue influence? What is it? Coercion talks about physical threat. Undue influence talks about suicide leads to a physical threat. It's almost equal to gunpoint shot. Correct? There's a physical damage here. Therefore, threatening to suicide amounts to what? Coercion. It involves element of mental also, but which is dominating here? You are more worried because the person is going to harm themselves. Instead of harming me, he was harming themselves. So coercion. Are you able to follow, guys? Understanding? Clear? So now we are going to see one by one. In exam, they don't ask you, what is coercion? That time is gone. They will ask you concept-based questions on coercion. So let's quickly see the book. Coercion we just saw. I want to write down the definition, guys. Okay. I'm going to break the definition down. See, usually the only difference is in consideration chapter, I'll write the definition, explain it. Write acceptance definition, explain. Write offer and explain. That is one thing I'm skipping because they don't ask in exam, define coercion, and we don't have that time. But since I took it up, coercion is committing or threatening to commit any act forbidden by Indian Penal Code. Committing murder or threatening to commit murder. Are you able to follow? Act forbidden by Indian Penal Code. Indian Penal Code, tells us what is lawful and what is unlawful. Or the unlawful detaining or threatening to detain any property. What do you mean by this? In the farmer case, detaining or threatening to detain any property, detaining your land to the prejudice of any person. That means prejudice means against. Prejudice means against the interest of any person. The villain is detaining the land of the farmer against the interest of whom? Farmer. Correct? Prejudice of any person. Why am I doing this? Why is villain taking the land of farmer? With an intention of causing the person to enter into an. I am detaining this land until you sell this agreement to me. Sell this land to me through an agreement. Able to follow, guys? This is the definition. In regular class, I will write this on the board. I will make you write 2 times. We will break it down. That much detailing not needed here. Not relevant that much for exam. Able to follow, guys? So, coercion is the act of threatening or, committing or threatening to commit. Committing suicide or threatening to commit suicide is an act forbidden by Indian Penal Code. Able to follow, guys? So, it becomes what? Coercion. Clear? That's all. Now, what happens in coercion? If you enter into a contract in coercion, what happens? It's any contract entered without free consent becomes voidable. It becomes a voidable contract. Clear? Able to follow? Next. Undue influence. We already discussed what is undue influence. Very simple. One of the parties is in a position to dominate the will or obtain unfair advantage of the other. Here the key points are this. Essential ingredients of a undue influence. Key points, guys. Follow. This can be an exam question, little important for your coming attempt. Because this chapter, unit 3, in the latest exam, they asked only for one question of 4 marks. Been quite some time since they tested the entire bucket of free consent, KT Romanalage. Concept of fraud, misrepresentation, undue influence used to be examiner's favorite question, but last 2 to 3 attempts, it has reduced, especially undue influence. So it could be a question that is important, both coercion and undue influence. What are the essential ingredients of undue influence? It's important. Okay. Simple points, remember side headings. I told you, share auto. I'm going in auto, I'm saying I won't eat. What will the stranger tell? You eat or you don't eat, I don't care. I have to go home. He's going home, correct? So you can influence only if there is a relationship between 2 parties, brother, sister, father, son, husband, wife, teacher, student, Guruji and servant, employer, employee, and one party should be able to dominate the will of another. Father dominates the will of son, or it can be opposite also. Son also can dominate will of by not eating, correct? Husband, wife, who will dominate the other person? I didn't give the answer, guys. Depends circumstance, guys. Circumstance, situation, case to case will change. Okay. Sometimes wife, sometimes husband also. Both is there. We are not here to debate on that. Some other day after class if you want. Position to dominate the will. So one party can dominate the will of the other. For this they are saying to dominate there has to be 4 essential points, guys. 1, real and you should have the authority. Master, servant, employer, employee are able to follow, guys. Fiduciary relationship. Husband, wife has that relationship, but teacher, student, it's a relationship of trust. Employer, employee, it's a relationship of trust. So that where a relationship of trust and confidence exists between the parties. Are you able to follow, guys? Father, son, client, husband, wife, creditor and debtor, where they can. This is called a fiduciary relationship. Are you able to follow, guys? Next. You should be put in a position of mental distress and unconscionable bargain. I told the Duke bike or the phone, I am forcing Hariharan to buy it for 5 lakhs and he is under mental distress because of this. And I came to class simply, sir is forcing like this. Here, is that relationship existing here? Not in this class, but imagine school, 10th standard kid or 12th standard or college, teacher is saying, in PhD research, PhD will be given only if the professor signs. He is saying, unless you buy these goods or do those things, I will not sign. There is a mental distress, unconscionable bargain, fiduciary relationship, real and apparent authority. Happens very commonly in college. Professor says, I will not sign your viva. I will not give you a mark sheet unless you do these things. Correct? Fiduciary relationship. Able to follow, guys. Then object must be to take. I am doing this to get what? Advantage. Who has to prove this? Whoever is filing the case. I will dominate you, sell the phone to you for 5 lakhs, and I will prove it up. Why? Who has to prove? The person suffering. Aggrieved party, guys. That's proof or no? Correct. Burden of proof to use dominant position. Unfair lies on the position, who is in the absence or use of dominating position to obtain the unfair advantage will lie on the party who is in the position to dominate the will of the other. Okay, now what they're trying to say, the burden of proving the absence of the use of to obtain the unfair will lie on the. Okay, follow, guys. What they're trying to say here is farmer and villain. Farmer will go and file a case against whom? Villain. Their villain has to prove that he didn't do it. So same way in undue influence, if the teacher influenced the student and did an activity, student will file a case to get out from the contract. Who has to prove that I didn't do it? Teacher. The person who is in the position to dominate the will should prove that I didn't exercise my upper authority. I didn't exercise my dominant authority, or I didn't exercise my undue influence. Are you following, guys? It's very easy to identify undue influence. What's important for exams, sir? Should I remember the definition of undue influence? Not needed. What you should know? These 4 side headings. So quickly, let's write it down. Guys, no different method. Write down essential elements or ingredients under the essential elements or essential ingredients. Write down 4 side headings. What is it? Relationship between parties, position to dominate the will, under position to dominate, 4 subpoints: real and apparent authority, fiduciary relationship, mental distress, unconscionable bargain. Write it down, guys. Important for our exam. Relationship between parties, position to dominate the will, under that 1, 2, 3, 4 side headings. Then again, last 2 points. Object must be to take undue advantage and burden of proof. Understand the points, write in the own words. Done writing, guys. Everybody wrote. Online wrote, guys. Now recording everybody without looking at my face. Write 3 more times all the points. If you look at my face, I'll change to 5 for those students. Write 3 more times. Now follow, guys. Put little extra effort in the class. The 3rd time, that means effectively 4th time when you're writing, put that little extra effort in class. Try to write without seeing. 3 more times, totally 4 times. Already wrote once. 2 more times extra. 4th time write without seeing. If your neighbor is not writing, report to me. You will be rewarded. They will write 10 times. Neighbor is not writing, report to me. You will get reward, guys. Small cash reward. They will write 10 times. 3 more times, 3rd time without seeing. 3 more times, totally 4 times. Write. Put that little extra effort, memorize now itself, guys. Okay, let me proceed, guys. Done writing, guys? Everyone? Can anyone tell me without seeing? Hello? Yes. Next will be Muzamil. Yes. Sorry? Essential elements of undue influence. Feature. First. What is first point? Help him, Ariyaran. First point. Next, this side, Vasant. Write one more time. Write, Vasant, yes. Relationship between parties. First, tell the 4 side headings. Relation between parties, dominate the will, undue advantage, then burden of proof. What are the 4 points of undue influence? First, tell the 4 points, guys. Okay, they're remembering for exam. First, again, relationship between parties, position to dominate the will, option to take undue advantage, burden of proof. Then under dominate to will you have real and apparent authority, fiduciary relationship, mental distress. What is it? Unconscionable bargain. Clear, guys? All of you able to follow, that's it. If you're going to tell this and then the 4 points will get confused. First tell the 4 side headings. Real and apparent authority, position to dominate the will, take undue advantage, burden of proof. Under dominate to will you have real and apparent authority, fiduciary relationship, mental distress, unconscionable bargain. Gets easy. Are you able to follow, guys? Remember, for exam, it can come for a 4-mark question. Side headings you write inside content, explain in your own words, keywords, don't have to memorize inside. So we are done with coercion and undue influence. Now we are going to go to fraud. Fraud is basically, it's a huge definition, guys. Huge definition. But in simple, they are just saying for fraud what? If there is an intention to deceive, you do something, intention to deceive, it becomes what? Fraud. Now question is, in fraud, it's a big definition, but let me focus on the key points. Okay. Can you see it's visible? Okay. Fraud definition basically has 5 sub-points which says, don't have to memorize for exam, I'm just giving you examples. Fraud includes an act committed by a party to a contract or with his connivance means what? With his consent. Fraud, following acts committed by a party to a contract or with his consent, connivance, or by his agent to deceive the other party or induce him to enter into contract. Able to follow? First point, suggestion of a fact which is not true by one who does not believe it to be true. I am saying I have a cricket bat on which Dhoni signed. Do you want to buy it for 1 lakh? Who actually signed? Other signed para. Like Dhoni, I am saying Dhoni signed. I am selling it to you. Fraud. Suggesting of a fact which is not true by one who does not believe it to be true. I know it's not true, but I am lying to you. Clear? Active concealment of a fact by one having knowledge or belief of the, I am selling this laptop to you. I am selling this laptop. In the laptop, let's say hard disk is spoiled, or let's say I am by selling this camera to you, class camera. I know this camera 6 hours if I use, it will be overheating, it will stop working. But I am concealing a fact even though I know the knowledge of the fact. Are you following? Fraud. Are you able to follow? Next, a promise made with the intention of performing it. I am saying, guys, I will take class for you, collecting fees from everybody. On the date of class, you all came. I didn't come. Then you are calling me, number switched off. Promise made without intention of Performing. Example only, guys. Okay. Are you all able to follow, guys? Let's say you're calling catering people to your house, birthday party. Catering people, you paid the money, they didn't come. Are you following? Promise made without performing. Hero, heroine, promise to get married. Then register office. Heroine came, hero didn't come. Promise made without an intention of performing it. This is social agreement, but still I'm giving you an example. Okay. Any other act fitted to anything else I'm doing to deceive the other party. You can bring any other combination. Okay. Any such act or omission as the law specifically declares to be. Example. In Companies Act, I will teach you that when you incorporate a company by giving fraudulent information, the promoters of the company are liable for fraud under section 447. In incorporation of company, in Companies Act, you will see. In Companies Act, if you accept public deposits and don't repay, if you accept debentures and don't repay, it's a fraudulent activity. So any other act where other law declares that to be what? Fraud, it becomes fraud. You have hundreds of examples in Companies Act, but our syllabus lo onne. When you incorporate company by giving wrong, or one more example, insurance, if you're giving wrong age, fraudulent activity. Able to follow, guys? Clear understanding, definition of fraud. Now we are coming down to some exceptions. Is silence fraud? Important question. Is silence, does it equal to fraud? Is silence equal to fraud? Hello? If you are silent, does it mean you are doing fraud? Let's say you went to the shop and you wanted to buy a new mobile phone. You asked the store person, is this new phone or old phone? Shopkeeper was busy doing some other work, he didn't hear you. So he didn't reply to you. You thought he said yes and you bought it. Okay. Understand, you went to Purvika Mobile. You wanted to buy new OnePlus phone. He gave you OnePlus phone, seal was not there. So you asked him, is it new or old? I want to know. He was doing some other work busily, he didn't listen to you. Then you also didn't ask the question again, you went and bought it, later realized it's an old phone. Is it fraud? Silence is not equal to fraud. Correct? It was my responsibility to check. But in certain exceptions, we have some exceptions where silence is fraud. A and B got married. After marriage, B found out this is the fourth marriage for A. Now A is saying, then B is saying, you did fraud, you lied and you married. A is saying, you never asked me, so why should I tell? Can I tell silence is not equal to fraud in that example? Will you agree? Are you following? So in certain cases, silence is equal to fraud. Are you understanding? Usually silence is not equal to fraud. For example, I'll give you best example. You go to Palamudir or you go to a supermarket to buy mangoes. We are in mango season. You go to buy mangoes. Mangoes are kept there. You are taking and packing in your bag. When you are packing, out of the 10 mangoes you bought, 7 are spoiled. Did the shopkeeper do fraud? He was silent. Is it fraud? You should be careful. Correct. This we will see in sale of goods, caveat emptor. Later we will see. So being silent is not equal to fraud. But however, in certain cases, silence amounts to fraud. Example, marriage contract. You have to disclose fully. You cannot tell, hey, you didn't ask about my marital status. I had 3 divorces. You didn't ask, so I didn't tell. Can you tell that? Are you able to follow, guys? What if same example, A disclosed in the Bharat matrimony profile, this is my 4th marriage. B did not see. After marriage, B found out. Now is A liable? No. B caveat emptor. You let the buyer beware. You didn't properly see the profile. Now I disclosed that. Are you able to follow, guys? Understanding? Clear? So silence is equal to fraud. Exceptions. First is in case of marriage contracts. Next. When you fill insurance, they will ask you your age. Do you have any health issues? All of that. Let's say I have asthma. When in the insurance, I have to specify what I have. I didn't specify. Insurance company also did not expressly ask me. They believe what I gave and I proceeded. Then later I'm claiming insurance for asthma treatment. Insurance company is saying, why didn't you disclose this to me earlier? You are saying I was silent. You didn't ask me. Is it valid? Silence is equal to fraud in case of insurance contracts. Are you able to follow, guys? So examples, leave the first point. I'll come back to it. Here, contract of insurance, contract of marriage, contract of what is family settlement? What is family settlement? Hello? Family settlement between property. Son 1 should disclose everything. Assume son 1 got 30 lakhs. He's giving only 5 lakhs to son 2 and 5 lakhs to son 3. Now, son 2 and 3 thought, then later they found out son 1 got totally how much? 10 lakhs. We should have got 10 lakhs each. Silence amounts to fraud. That time son 1 cannot tell. You didn't ask me, so I didn't give. Duty to disclose the full information. Clear, guys? Are you following? Vijay Mallya started a new company. Will you invest in that? Why? Okay. What Vijay Mallya is doing, he is calling me. I am the Binami of Vijay Mallya. Who is the main master plan? I am just representing as the face. Example again. Okay. I cannot use your name. You tell sir is telling. Also, I am using my name itself. So I am the Binami of Vijay Mallya. So I am starting a company. You don't know about that. Now will you invest? May or may not. Let's say you invested in the company. Later you found out that I am associated with whom? You will say fraud. Sir, why sir you cheated us? What I'll tell? You never asked me. So I didn't tell. Can I give this excuse? Silence amounts to fraud in case of share allotment contracts. The prospectus which I am issuing to all of you should disclose the full honest information. By remaining silent, by not disclosing material facts that Vijay Mallya is related to me, amounts to fraud. Are you understanding? Examples for you to understand. Don't go and tell sir is related to Vijay Mallya. Don't join the class. Able to follow an example. Clear, guys? Share allotment contracts, family settlement, marriage, insurance. First one, fiduciary relationship. What do you mean by this? Very simple, guys. You paid fees and you joined the class. I took X amount of syllabus for you. You trusted me, studied that and went to exam. Exam, something else newly came. Then you are coming and asking me after exam, sir, why didn't you teach this in the class? I am saying, you didn't ask me. Can I give that excuse? Fiduciary relationship. I cannot tell you didn't ask me, that's why I was silent. That's why I didn't teach. Here the relationship is, I have to teach entire syllabus. If I don't teach something, I will tell you, hey, I am not covering this, have a read. Correct? Are you able to follow? So here, in case of fiduciary relationship, silence amounts to fraud. If the person is not disclosing fully. Are you understanding, guys? 5 things. So what are the 5 points again? Silence amounts to fraud. What are the 5 things? 1. Fiduciary relationship, marriage contract, insurance contract, family settlement, then share allotment, insurance put to me. Marriage, insurance, family settlement, fiduciary relationship, share allotment. Then that's it. 5. Only 5. So what are the 5? How to remember, guys? Marriage, insurance, family, share allotment, fiduciary. I'm just seeing if any mnemonic is possible. Doesn't look like anything is there. But remember, guys, I'll see if I can figure out something here. Okay, fine. Marriage and family, common from the consideration point. Marriage contract, family settlement, and then trust therefore fiduciary relationship. So marriage contract, family settlement, fiduciary relationship, trust. 3 points. Insurance, for family you should take insurance. Correct? Son, daughter, you parents, you will take insurance. Correct? For husband, wife, you will take insurance, joint insurance. So family, you will take insurance. Family is created by marriage with the element of trust, fiduciary relationship. Then last is what? share allotment extra. Able to follow, guys? So 5 points again, guys. Now you will remember what is it? Fiduciary relationship. The first marriage. With marriage comes family settlement. In marriage and family you take insurance. All the relationship is only for fiduciary relationship. And lastly, share allotment. Able to follow, guys? In all these cases, if parties are silent when they had to speak, it becomes fraud. Then last case they are saying silence is equal to speech. It's a beautiful statement. Silence is equal to speech. Implied contract. Cobbler is coming in, cleaning my shoes. What I should tell him? Hey, don't do it, please. It's okay. I'm remaining silent. That means what? I'm giving an acceptance. Silence is equal to speech. Able to follow? Same example, same 1 plus example. In same 1 plus example, I'm going and telling whom? Storekeeper, Anna or bro, seal is open. Is it a new device? He was silent. He turned away and he was doing some work. Then again in the billing counter, I asked again, bro, seal is open. Is this a new phone? He was silent. He gave the bill. I asked 4-5 times. He heard it. He is still silent. Now can I say silence is equal to speech? Hello? Yes. Are you following, guys? So in certain scenario basis, silence is equal to speech. Are you able to follow, guys? Guys, are you all understanding? If you are silent, I'll assume what? You understood. Yes. Looking at your facial expression. So I'm asking shopkeeper, is the seal open? Is it new? He's doing like this. Silence amounts to speech. Are you able to follow, guys? So in those cases, if you are silent, it amounts to speech. That means you gave the acceptance. It becomes fraud later if you gave wrong acceptance, if you did wrong disclosure. Able to follow, guys? Understanding? Purida Pavan. Exam, what I should remember, sir? Silence is not equal to, in some exceptions, family, marriage, insurance, fiduciary relationship, share allotment, and in some cases, silence is equal to speech based on the scenarios. Able to follow, guys? With this, fraud is done. Now we're going to nothing great here, guys. Hardly the same thing what I already told. If you represent something, here my intention is not to cheat you. I thought it's true. I thought it's true and I told you. You're asking me, sir, what is the limit of small company? I'm saying you 440. You noted down. I thought it was true and I told you that number. But later I realized it's not true. Correct? So in case of misrepresentation also, what law is saying, don't punish the party. It still becomes a voidable contract. The aggrieved party can later sue for damages or claim the remedy. This party will compensate. Sorry. Are you able to follow? Avoidable contract, voidable contract. Clear, guys? Last one, when you come to mistake, we have two types of mistakes. Mistake of fact. Under mistake of law, we have two types of mistake. Now, for example, tomorrow Tamil Nadu government is saying, if you don't wear helmet, penalty 10,000 rupees. Okay. Hariharan is going in Duke bike without helmet, is going like this. Then bike, police stopped. Okay. Or let's say, government says, if two people are driving in the bike, person sitting in the back should also wear helmet. That's correct actually. If you fall down, both will get hurt. Why only driver or rider helmet? So both should wear the helmet. Hariharan wore the helmet. His friend is sitting in the back not wearing helmet. They are going on the road. Police stopped. Then police saying, pay 10,000 rupees, Hariharan. The person sitting behind you is not wearing helmet. What Hariharan is saying, sir, Satyamai Terla sir, I don't know about this law. As far as I know, helmet driver. Police is saying, new law came into force today. You are the first client. First bill for you only. So first boni for me. Online live students who don't know Tamil, first business for the policeman today is Hariharan. How much? 10,000. Hariharan is saying, sir, sorry sir, I don't know. Please excuse me. What the police, will they excuse you? Mistake of not knowing the law cannot be an excuse. So mistake of law is no excuse. Mistake of law You cannot tell you won, big boss, I won 50 lakhs. Now you have to pay tax. You didn't pay tax. Kon Bana Crorepati, you won 1 crore. You have to pay 30% tax. Actually, what you got in hand is only 70. Big boss, when there are 50 lakhs, Kaila, how much will come? 70% only. 35 lakhs only comes to me. Balance, that 30% goes to whom? Government. Tax guys, 30%. If you win 1 crore, you get only 70. Lottery, Kerala lottery. Sir, I got 10 crores. In hand, you will get only 3 crores. Who's taking? Government. But you didn't pay the tax. Tomorrow, raid to your house. Income tax raid. You are now the hero. You became hero. Income tax raid to your house. Okay. Now, can you say, hey, sorry. I didn't know I have to pay tax and Kerala. I don't know. Please leave me. Will they excuse you? No. Mistake of law, of Indian law, cannot be an excuse. What if, sir, mistake of foreign law? Treat as mistake of fact. Are you able to follow, guys? Treat as mistake of fact. We will see what happens in mistake of fact. Clear, guys? What do you mean by treat mistake of foreign law? What is mistake of foreign law? We don't know rules of foreign country. I'm entering into transaction with some other party from US. I don't know what law regulates him. So, you cannot tell I am at fault. I am expected to know Indian laws, not foreign laws. So, they are saying treat as mistake of fact. Mistake of fact, if you see, it's again split into. This difference and all, have a look, guys. You know the concept now. So, mistake of Indian law, no excuse. You are punishable, you have to pay compensation. Mistake of foreign law is treated as mistake of fact. Now, I'll use this itself. Let's save some time. I want to close this concept before going. That's why. So, mistake of fact, there are two types. Unilateral and unilateral means one party made the mistake. Bilateral means both parties made the mistake. Okay. When both parties make the mistake, the entire contract becomes void. For example, mistake as to quantity. I wanted to order 1 plate of biryani, so I called him and told, I want 1 plate of biryani. The storekeeper sent 3 plates. It is my, now mistake as to, quality. Quantity also will come here. Yeah, quantity is below. Now, I wanted to order 1 plate of biryani, so I called him and told, Anna, or restaurant 1 plate of biryani. I wanted to order veg biryani. Restaurant sent 3 plates of chicken biryani. Who made mistake here? I also made mistake. I wanted what? Veg biryani. But let's say I sent him a message on WhatsApp. I know the restaurant owner. I wanted veg biryani. I sent, hey, I want 1 biryani. I didn't specify what? Quantity. I didn't specify correctly. He sent 3 chicken biryani. Both parties made the contract becomes void. Nobody gets any benefit. So if both the parties make a mistake, contract is void. Are you able to follow, guys? Legal mistake, physical mistake, whatever mistake both parties make, contract becomes what, guys? Void. Clear? Mistake of unilateral. Only one party makes the, I'll give you some more examples. Mistake of to existence. Today we are entering into a contract. I am saying, guys, there is one more camera in the other room. It's available for sale. I'm saying, do you want to buy it? Kirtana is saying, yes, sir. Kirtana, correct? I'll buy it, sir. 2,000 rupees I will pay. I said, okay, we'll enter into contract. But after I go to next room to get the camera, some student pushed it, camera fell down, camera already broke. Now, can I give the camera to her? So, mistake as to subject matter, existence of the product is no more there. It's damaged. Not your fault, not my fault also. Therefore, it's a bilateral here. Bilateral mistake means the existence itself, when we entered into contract, both parties were mistaken as to existence of the camera. It's not there. So, contract becomes void. Are you able to follow, guys? Let's say, I thought, title, I thought this mic belongs to the academy. You also thought mic belongs to the academy. I thought of selling this mic to you. But actually, this mic belongs to Hariharan. He gave on rent to us. Example. Okay. Now, can I sell this mic to Kirtana? She is mistaking the title to be mine. I am also thinking it's academy's and I sold it to Kirtana. but actually title belongs to Hariharan. Therefore, mistake as to title of goods cannot be sold. Cannot contract won't enter. Are you able to follow, guys? Mistake as to price. Sometimes restaurant, if you see, they will put wrong bill. Extra one item will be billed. They made the mistake. Hello. Let's say in the menu card also, let's say menu card says biryani is 130 rupees. In the actual bill, they put 330. What you will do? He's saying, sorry sir, printing mistake. Instead of 330, 130 is printed. What you will do? Will you pay? You will pay only 130. Happened to me once. In one restaurant, I went and ordered one mushroom gravy. 110 and put in now. Hey, come rate. I ordered. Then bill he gave 310. I ate only alone. One fried rice was some 120. I thought 110. Okay, 230 la mudsarla lunch. I went. Then bill came 310 plus 120, some 500 kit on this bill. I said, what is this? He said, sorry sir, menu card la wrong print sir. It's actually 330. Will I pay? That will lot, he said. I said, no. What is given here? Here, mistake is unilateral mistake. One party made the mistake. Therefore, contract will be voidable at the option of the agreed party. Who is the agreed party? Me. I can continue and pay 330 or I can cancel the contract. I can avoid the contract and pay only 110. Are you able to follow? Unilateral means voidable at the option of agreed party. Bilateral means void. Identity of person, what is this, sir? They have not given explanation also anywhere down. Kudukuvella, nothing has given. That's it. They have just given mistake as to identity of person. What is this? Let's say Pawan went to first day movie. Let's say Jailer movie is releasing. He decided, holidays sir, August release. I'm going to go first day 4 a.m. or let's say 6 a.m. show. He went to PVR. He took some 10 packets of milk. He poured everywhere on the seats. Then he ordered popcorn for 500. He put everywhere. Then he burned the seats also. Yes, fire, let's celebrate. Jailer movie. Now, after seeing that, what they'll do to Pawan? Theatre owner. They took his photo and they kept it on the notice board and saying, next time don't allow Pawan into the theatre. Hey, example, Pawan. Because movie now I'm remembering you only, villain. Okay. So they are not allowing Pawan into the theatre. Next time what Pawan did, he put specs, he put mask, he put a cap and he entered theatre. Security by mistake allowed him inside. Identity of person, unilateral mistake. Who did the mistake here? Security by allowing him inside. Then I am seeing CCTV. Next movie came. I am searching in the camera. Where is Pawan? I should be careful. Then I am seeing him inside in a row. Again he started celebration. Contract is voidable at the option of aggrieved party, theatre. I can rescind the contract, send him out of theatre. I'm just giving you examples. Book is not having examples. Clear? Identity of person. What is character of written document? Character of written document. Yes, exactly. Character of written document. Menu example. The character of written document is a menu card. It's mistake. One party made the mistake. It's voidable at my option. I'll give you a better example. Let's say I am selling house to Pawan. I am selling house to Pawan for 1 crore. By mistake, 1 crore badla I wrote 1 lakh. Wrong number. Typing also. I signed, Pawan also signed. Pawan knows that. He entered into contract. Now it's voidable at the option of agreed party. Are you able to follow, guys? Understanding one party mistake voidable. Clear? This is with respect to mistake. We are done with mistake also. Everybody following, guys? Any doubts still here? Okay. One moment, guys. We are still continuing. I'll tell you when we'll close. Yeah. Understood till here? So what all we saw today? We saw consideration chapter we finished. Other essential elements we finished. Capacity to enter into contract and free consent. We have 2 more here. Lawful object and lawful consideration. Other agreements expressly declared as void under section 10. What this says is, there are few things, they have listed a few things which they are saying, these are void. Whatever happens, these are void without a doubt. Clear சொல்லிட்டோம் இதெல்லாம் void. Able to follow guys, understanding what they are saying here. They are a list of 10 things. For example, contract with minor is void, those kind of things. Wagering is void. Are you all able to follow guys? Lawful object and lawful consideration. Consideration we just know saw, where that consideration is through unlawful means, kidnap, murder, dealing with drugs, dowry, all those things, those consideration is unlawful. So consideration is not valid, contract is not valid, becomes void contract, void agreement, sorry. Lawful object. The purpose for which I am entering into contract is not right. So let's quickly see what they are saying here. No, I need to spend time. I don't want to quickly just like that close it. Okay. Fine. What we'll do now, today if I do this, tomorrow we'll have a full session from 2:15 till 7:30. First half I can finish unit 3 and unit 4 start pannalam. 5 also I can complete, but still we are a little bit lagging behind because of today's early close, but I will catch up. We'll catch up guys. So we have 4 more minutes to go. I don't want to take a new concept and rush through things. We'll just revise the concepts quickly once. Try to tell the points without seeing guys. With me without seeing. We have totally learnt types of contract, 10 points of, 7 points of acceptance, consideration, then modes of revocation, clans. Then we saw this. Then we saw in consideration, we saw ABCD, no contract, no consideration. And we also saw privity of, doctrine of privity of contract, AAA. AAA na I'll remember. Able to follow guys. And then we saw what is coercion, undue influence, minor, all of that. Quickly, types of contract classified based on formation and performance, enforceability. Without seeing, online live, just 5 minutes. Formation, express, implied, quasi, e-contract. Based on performance, executed, executory. Executory, unilateral, bilateral. Then based on enforceability, valid contract, voidable contract, void agreement, illegal agreement, unenforceable contract. Then 10 points of offer guys. Intention to create legal relationship. Certain, clear, definite and not vague. Stop. 2 over. Next to 2. Communicated, conditional. 2 over. Next to 2. Big sentence. Offer should, intention to obtain the assent of the party. Offer should not contain any term. Non-complaint amounts to acceptance. 2 over. Next 2 small. Express, implied, specific and general. Last 2. Mere statement of price is not an offer. Offer is different from invitation to offer. 7 points of acceptance. Any order is fine here. Acceptance should be given by the person to whom offer is made. It should be absolute and unqualified. Acceptance must be communicated, prescribed mode, within the time. Mere silence is not acceptance, implied acceptance. Able to follow any order. Think of the example, you will get it. Think of Pavan in exam, you will get it. Consideration, 8 points. First 3 is from definition. Must know the desire of promisor, must be promisee or third party, past, present or future consideration. Execute or executory consideration need not be adequate. In performance of what one is legally bound to perform, real and not illusionary. It should not be unlawful, immoral or opposed to public policy. That we will see in lawful object and lawful consideration in detail. Clans, revocation of offer. C, counter offer. L, lapse of time. A, non-acceptance by offeree, non-acceptance of condition precedent. N, notice of revocation. S, subsequent illegality. ID, insanity or death. ABCD, what is the question for that? No contract, no consideration. A is agent. B, bailment. C, charity or completed gift. D, time barred debt. You learned ABCD in the past voluntary service because of natural love and affection. 888, important, doctrine of privity of contract. Agency, assignment, acknowledgement. Then marriage contracts, family settlement, case of trust. Marriage is because of trust. Once you marry, it becomes a family. Last point, covenant standing with the land. Clear, guys? These are what we saw. So quickly revise. Do you want to go home now, or do you want to write a surprise test in unit 1? Prepare for half an hour, 6:30 to 7:30, write test and go. Go home. We'll conduct test later, guys. We'll write. Okay, now we'll wind up for the day. See you all tomorrow, 11th May. Next class recording, whenever you see, it's going to be tomorrow, 2:15. Tomorrow alone, 2:15. Actually, today should have been 2:15. I had a meeting. I thought it's actually tomorrow, but I thought it's today, but leave it. Tomorrow, 2:15 to normal time, 7:30 p.m. Anybody wants the test, you message me now itself. Sir, I will stay here, sir. If you want to write voluntary basis today, some other day I'll make it mandatory. 6 to 6:45, I will sit here and study full unit 1. If you want to do it, you can do it. Then, or you want to go home and write also, you write, it's up to you. 6:45 p.m. to 7:30, 45 minutes test, 25 marks. Question paper is ready. You can write the test. Okay. But before you do that, I want to see your answer. Only few of them have WhatsApp me the answer. So first let me see your presentation. Then you write the answer. Test and all of that. So very few have showed me or WhatsApp me. We will create a group very soon. In that group, you start sending your online answers, or offline you show it to me. Today alone, I'm leaving. I have a hard stop. So I have to leave fast now. But tomorrow, in the break time, half an hour after class, I'll spend extra half an hour here. 7:30 to 8, I'll stay. You can show me the test. I'll correct individually one by one. Okay, guys. Okay. See you all tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'll explain tomorrow's class. If you don't know the purpose, it's still valid, actually.